Live from Darling Stadium, October the 24th, 2008, it's Friday Night Football on LSC, your local sports channel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome as Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, Bob Hintz down on the field. Bob Killen up here with us, too, taking care of stats as we have the 7-1 Hampton Crabbers as they are playing host to the 7-1 Bethel Bruins. Another big game between two rivals here, Hampton and Bethel playing each other again. It's almost like every week we have a big game here at Darling Stadium. It's unreal. What are we in store for tonight?
Well, you're right, Mike. It is another big game. But no matter how it turns out, both these teams are likely headed into the playoffs this year. Bethel in Division 6 and, of course, Hampton in Division 5. However, we're still in store for a good game. Since an opening season loss to Phoebus, the Bethel Bruins have won 7 straight games to go 7-1 overall and 6-1 in the district, which is exactly what they did last year. And if you remember, last year, the Bruins beat Hampton 7-0, and it was Bethel's first win over Hampton since 1993. The Bruins would like nothing more than to make it 2 in a row against their crosstown rivals. With their high-octane offense, Coach Nelson hopes his defense can rise to the occasion and keep him undefeated against the Crabbers. But these are the Crabbers, Mike, a team that knows all about rivalry and winning. And winning against their rivals is a tradition for them. The Crabbers are 6-1 in the district, 7-1 overall, and looking at a playoff spot. Despite a 39-1 record against Bethel over the past 40 years, Hampton is not going to take this game lightly. Coach Smith wants to win, if for no other reason than to build momentum for the playoffs. You can be sure he's made all the necessary preparations and adjustments, and the Crabbers will be ready.
Yeah, you know, and they're playing Bethel. That just makes it even that much more exciting as the rivalry between these two teams over the years has been outstanding. There again, as you look at the district standings currently, let's send it down to Brent down on the sideline.
(17-3), and here you are coming into a game tonight again with Hampton, a team you beat last year at a 7-0 score. Let's first talk about, I know we always talk about John Tell, Evans and McClone English and what a great year they're having, but I want to talk about a couple of different people, if you don't mind. I want to talk about this young man playing center for you, Bowen. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, Jordan Bowen is a center. He's been doing it for second year for us, and he's just got stronger and stronger for us. Smart kid. And he's like the quarterback on the offensive line, and he's just able to set things up for us. And I mean, it's the success we've had is a lot put on his shoulders too.
Let's talk about your safety also, Haskett. I watched him play a little bit. He kind of impresses me. He seems to just have his head in the game all the time.
Smart kid. He moved to the ball. He's the quarterback on the defensive side. You know, he's able to see all the coverages for us, and he's just a great kid. He stepped up this year. He was behind Antoine Jarvis last year, and this year he worked hard in the weight room and then on the field in practice. He's just come out on top for us, and it's been a pleasure having him back there.
Well, let me get to a last question here, and of course, like I said, we've talked about Evans and English. English is leading the district in passing. People talk about Boyd, but he's leading the district, and Evans is leading the district, I think, in all-purpose yards. Having said all that and how close these two teams are on paper, you've struggled a little bit the last 3 games offensively. What do you see tonight from this Hampton team?
Well, you know, you got Tron Martinez over on the other side, and he can make a thing happen just like John Tell can. So, you know, on paper, everybody can sit there and, I mean, you know, at the beginning of the season, you can write down on the paper, but that's why you play the game. You just, you know, you can't get the motion out of it on paper. And the kids are just, I mean, they're ready to play, and you know, Hampton's a good team. You know, 7-1, and you know they've had some good fights in their games, and so it's going. You know, like I said, it's going to be an old backyard dogfight again. You know, there's 2 good teams that are going to be playing, and you couldn't get no better weather. And on a Friday night, 7 o'clock, Darling Stadium, hey, that's where it's going to happen.
Well, Coach, I don't think anybody could have said it better. We could have closed out ESPN that. And I want to thank you so much for coming over and taking the time, and good luck tonight. And guys, I'll send this back up to you. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks a lot, Brent. You know, tonight's game features 2 of the more exciting running backs in the district, and John Tell Evans of Bethel and Tron Martinez of Hampton. Let's take a look at the rushing game for both teams tonight. It's going to be a great one.
Oh, it is. Even though Bethel has a balanced offense, Mike, running's a big key for them. John Tell Evans leads the Bruins with 658 yards on 90 carries, and he scored 11 rushing touchdowns this season. He's an exciting player to watch. He averages 7.3 yards per carry, 94 yards per game. Mike, if he gets open, he's dangerous. After missing last week's game against Heritage, we're going to look to see if he's back to 100%. If he is, good game for Bethel. Hampton relies almost exclusively on the run. Tron Martinez is still the Hampton offense. He leads the district and the region. 1,320 yards, Mike. 24 rushing TDs. He averages 165 yards, 20 points per game. He makes the offense click. Watch to see if he can get into the secondary tonight. If he does, he's going to pile up the yardage.
I think one of the keys tonight, other than the fact that Martinez is running, is whether or not the passing game for Hampton is going to open it up for him. It didn't last week. This week they need that a little bit more to open up that line because Bethel's got a very good defensive line. Let's send it down to the sideline with Bob now.
All right, I got Coach Mike Smith here for the Crabbers. And, Mike, this is like old home. I haven't done this in about 3 or 4 years. This is kind of neat to come back down here. Well, watching you this year, you guys, you're young. The quarterbacks, you kind of look like he's kind of settled. And Watford, young man, looked comfortable throwing the ball the last time I saw him play.
Well, we're 9 games into the season. You can't be young this time of year. I mean, you started out a baby early in the year that you should have progressed. We're old enough to be playing better than what we're playing defensively right now. I think we made too many mistakes last week and not taking anything away and kick it to him, but we've got to play better defensively. Offensively, we didn't play too poorly. I thought we played decent.
Well, with Tron getting over 100 yards again, he's a catalyst that you have, and I noticed a couple times that you're direct snap to him. Is there any possibility he might throw that ball?
I hope we don't get to that stage. He's a great kid. He could throw it if he had to, but I'd rather put that on the quarterback's hands. If we got to throw it, we let the guy throw that's been throwing it, either David or Roby.
Right. Now, you talked about your defense. I thought your defense did a good job the other night, especially Wilson, that young man. And, of course, you had his parents or his dad here or somebody.
Dad played for me, yeah. Well, his dad played for me. James played for me and then played at Tennessee, played up in Detroit. He's a great kid. Tyrell's a great kid. His dad was a great kid. You know, he's from family over there with Myron Newsom and Marcus Higgins and all those guys. David Watford's a cousin, so all of them's kids. Good genes, but he is a good kid. Actually, we played really pretty good defense about 90% of the time the other night, and we lost containment on the quarterback, and he's a good little player. But, I mean, we shouldn't have lost containment because we worked on that all week, and we've just got to do a better job with that, you know. We lost containment on him. We let him run the ball up the middle a couple of times on us. I'm sure if that happens, number 2's going to head up in there. We're going to have to see if we can't stop that. So we're going to play better tonight, I think.
Well, you know, the 2 turnovers you caused down there inside the 10, that your defense, and I always said that when I was up in the booth that a lot of times your defense will bend, but they don't break.
Well, we've always had a philosophy that, you know, you can run that thing up down the field. If you don't get across that last line, it doesn't count much. You know, you're just wasting time. And but in both instances that we let them get down there, and then another one too, I mean, you know, we'd had them 4th down and 14, let them make first down. So, I mean, I don't know which is worse, them make a first down or them fumbling the ball. So, they played well. I don't take anything away from keep down. They did a good job. I thought, you know, we were kind of in a recovery stage. Hopefully we're out of that now.
Well, one last question. Bethel team, both of y'all tied for second. You've watched them. I know you have films and you've seen them play. What do you expect from them tonight?
I don't think you're going to do anything different. You know, they're a no-huddle team. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to run number 14. They're going to throw in the ball. He's an excellent back. Jonte Evans, fine back. And I think he's a good kid to go along with it. So I think probably get 2 of the premier backs in the game tonight. One for them, one for us. So.
Well, you got a good one in Tron. Appreciate taking time, Mike. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
It's always good to see you, Bob. It looks like time has been good for you. Looking younger, buddy.
Appreciate that. Well, we're going to go up to the booth for tonight's sponsors, and then Brent and I will be right back down here.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zooms, with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. By Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports. Located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News, Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part by Beach Hardware. Located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center, Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home, both inside and out. And by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3127 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home. Located at 2551 North Armistead Avenue, Nancy Staton, Director.
We discussed that tonight, but what I'm going to discuss a little bit is this Bethel-Hampton game. It's another rivalry. We talked about it last night, and so let's just get right into this. You've talked to Coach Smith. What did he seem to give away? Did he give you anything away at all?
Well, I'm trying to get him to find out when they're doing the direct snap to Tron Martinez, is he going to pass the ball? And he says, I hope not. But, he may say that to me, but he may do it anyway. But Tron had 114 yards the other night and was one of his best nights, but enough to keep them in it. And the defense really made the difference in the Kickingham game with the 2 turnovers. And I think that was the difference of the ball game.
I think it was a difference, but Kickingham played him tight defense. He earned that 114 yards.
Yes, he did.
And speaking of that, when we're talking about Bethel tonight playing Hampton, last year Bethel beat Hampton 7-0. First time Coach Nelson ever met Mike Smith, and so right now he's 1-0. You feel anything from that as this game starts to tighten up tonight? Have you noticed any tension down there as you were talking to him?
No, not at all. But you go back a little bit, and just as a reflection here, Kozlowski, first time he played Mike Smith, he beat him. So, I don't know if Nelson will have as long a career as Kaz did over there. But John Tell Evans didn't play last week. Hurt ankle. He is their offensive guy. He's the leading pass receiver, leading rusher. And if he's not 100%, and I was hoping you might have asked the coach, is he 90%, 98% or what? Because if he's not 100%, it could be a long night for Bethel.
Couldn't get the answer to that.
I wonder why.
Well, getting on with Bethel. Bethel is playing real hard. They're 7-1, just like Mike, just like Hampton. They come into this night both tied for second place. So let's get right to this, where they stand right now. For Hampton has got to come out of here with a win in Division 5. Not that they won't make the playoffs, but they have a tough game next week in Warwick, and so they can't afford to let down. Going on with Bethel has struggled a little bit the last 3 games. Like you said, John Tell was out. So let me go right to this last thing, and we'll discuss it. Last 3 games that Bethel's played, in the last 3 halves, they've scored a total of, I think, 11 or 13 points or something like that.
Yeah.
And here they are coming against Hampton. And Hampton has just got by Kickingham last week, and they're into their tough part of their schedule. So why don't you wrap it up for me? Tell me what you see in tonight's game.
Well, what I see again is how well John Tell Evans runs the ball, because he's going to make the difference in whether McGlone English has to pass. And he's a good passer, but he also throws the ball to Evans. So, but on the other side, Wofford, I think, is looking more comfortable throwing the ball. Martinez, can break it at any time. So this could be a very interesting game. Again, it's going to go, and I go back this time all the time, in the trenches. Who can win it?
Last thing. People think Taj Boyd is rated number 1 in the district in passing. It's McClone English.
Yeah.
And he's got 4 receivers in the top 10 as far as receiving the ball, and Wofford's number 9 in the district passing. Of course, he's a sophomore. So with that, Bethel's got to pass and make it work. Hampton's got to stop it and keep the running game going.
And I think they can do it with their defense.
And I think that's our last statement, folks. So as far as we're concerned, we'll try to send this back up to y'all, and I know you're going to add something else to it. So thanks up there.
All right, very good. Thanks, guys. I believe the Bethel band is getting ready to play the national anthem as they're coming on, but we can talk a little bit about the running game, or we have talked a little bit about the running game. What do you think about the passing game tonight? It could make a difference in this contest.
Well, as you just heard the guys talking about down there, Bethel has a top quarterback in the district. Eris McGlone English has almost 400 more yards than his nearest competitor. With 96 completions on 176 attempts, he's amassed 1,321 yards and 13 touchdowns with only 5 INTs. Now, if you play Bethel to run, this man is going to burn you. Hampton, on the other hand, continues to use a 2-quarterback system. However, as you heard the guys say on the field, David Wofford's been taking most of the snaps in the recent games, and he's been looking very good. He's 30 for 67 with 442 yards. Averaging only 55 yards per game. He's thrown 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdown passes, but he's been picked 3 times as well. Wofford and Jordan Roby, the other quarterback for the team, will combine for roughly 8 to 9 attempts per game for about 79 yards. So, Mike, if they do drop back, you can pretty much count on them to throw.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we can get Andy to put that graphic back up, I wanted to point something out to you. The passing statistics right there for Eris McGlone English, yards, touchdowns, average. What's that look like?
Looks like a lot.
Looks like Tron Martinez's
it does. Yeah, it sure does.
So the passing for Bethel, the running for Hampton, it pretty well correlates with each other. Let's send it down to the field now where the Bruin marching band will be playing the national anthem. That was a real good job by the Bruin band. You know, it certainly looks like this is going to shape up to be a great game. You know, what are some of the keys to tonight's game?
Well, Mike, let's take a look at the keys for Bethel tonight. Offensively, Bethel has the most balanced offense in the district, averaging 162 yards rushing and 166 yards passing. Bethel's going to get their rushing yardage, but against a Hampton defense that only allows 75 yards passing, McGlone English will need to establish the passing game early and often. If he does, watch out. On defense, Bethel's defense gives up 265 yards per game and 20 points. They can't do that tonight and win. They've got to stop Martinez. How about Hampton?
Well, you know, the Crabbers offensively, they crank out about 200 yards a game rushing against a Bethel team that gives up 162 yards per game. Hampton simply needs to what? Run, and run some more. You know, a pass every now and then is what's going to keep the defense honest, and that's what we just talked about. But if Martinez runs the way he normally does, it could be a long night for Bethel. Defensively for the Crabbers, though, you know, they're second only to the Phoebus Phantoms, who are outstanding this year, obviously. You know, they've held their opponents to 207 yards a game. That's only 15.8 points per game. So their defense has done well there, and they need to stop who? John Taylor Evans, obviously the running back for Bethel, and the key is to whether or not his injured ankle is going to, respond and be able to allow him to play tonight. You know, he's just as much a receiving threat also as he is a running threat. But, you know, to do that, they're going to need to keep McClone English from going to the air.
You're exactly right, Mike. Both these teams rely on superb athletes. Jontel Evans of Bethel is not only 5th in rushing, as Brent pointed out earlier, he's 1st in receiving. This guy's got 17 catches for 47.7 yards per game and 8 TDs as a receiver. He's also 2nd to Martinez in the scoring race. These guys are scoring at a wild clip here, Mike, 20 and 19 points. Tron Martinez, of course, the other superb athlete on Hampton's side, is the premier running back in the district and at this time in the region. He's got 165 yards per game. He's scoring 20 points per game, more than some teams. Rivalry aside, this game shapes up to be another classic.
You know, we talked about the comparisons between Martinez's running and McClone English's passing and the stats that they've got. I mentioned that earlier. The only difference between them is the touchdowns. 25 touchdowns for a running back or 26 touchdowns.
Well, he's got
correct.
24 running, and then he's got 2, otherwise 26 total.
You know, on the season in 8 games, that's phenomenal. That's great. I mean, he is what was it at one time? He was like 75% of the entire offense for the Crabbers.
That's correct.
And in order for Hampton to be able to be successful tonight against a pretty decent defense of Bethel, they're going to have to throw the ball to open it up for Martinez, or the same thing is going to happen tonight to him that happened to him against Phoebus. The defensive line is going to bottle him up. So they're going to have to spread it out a bit. And one of the things that Coach Smith talked about in the pregame conversations down there with our guys on the field was he feels that they're going to play a much better game tonight, and time will tell.
And they're going to have to. And like Bob Hinn said, it's going to come down to who can control those trenches down there.
Absolutely. Rivalry, again, just one more this year that we have continuously here at Darling Stadium. Hampton playing the Bethel Bruins, Hampton playing the Phoebus Phantoms, and the Bethel Bruin-Phoebus Phantom rivalry has gotten big also now. The 2 teams we're going to see tonight, Hampton and Bethel, their only losses this year were to the Phantoms, and who, by the way, is currently number 14 in the country by Rivals.com. So, you know, we obviously have the teams in this district, and as it shows nationwide, 4 teams in the state are in the top 20. So that's an outstanding
it is.
situation there.
Great ratio. Just a few minutes ago, folks, we saw the Bethel Bruins coming onto the field. This rivalry between Hampton and Bethel began in 1969. Half the players that were, in fact, most of the players that were at Bethel at that time were Hampton bound and then ended up going to this new school, Bethel High School. Right. All these kids had played together, so it was a natural rival that grew from this new school over on Big Bethel Road. And it still continues. And as I said earlier, Hampton with 30 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie leads the series. But Brent and Bob talked about it on the field earlier. Coach Nelson beat Hampton for the first time last year. And that was the first time he's played him. Can he continue to do that?
Well, I think Coach Smith has something to say about that, and the rest of the Crabbers. So we're gonna find that out real soon, as it looks like they're getting ready to have the officials go on the field with the captains, and we'll be giving you our officials for the game here shortly, as Andy will put them up on the screen for us. About the way the field looks this year, and the field crew here at Darling Stadium done an outstanding job. It's like walking out on a golf course out there. There's your referees. Mr. Bill Dozier is our head ref. The umpire is Mr. George Adamowski. The lineman is Mick Hartzheim. The line judge is Mike Mann. The side judge is John Deck. And the field judge, Scott Davis. Those are the officials for today's game. Let's send it down there and listen to what they have to say.
You red. If I have a foul, ask the white captain or the red captain, okay? 2 things I want you to take back to your team. The first thing is you got a guy wrapped up in the whistle sound, it's over. Let him go, don't stick him on the deck. The other thing is you hit somebody they know they're going to hit, you don't need to get in their face and talk to them, okay? All right, in the pregame toss, you won the toss, you're going to defer, okay? Bethel has won the toss, they've elected to defer.
Well, that puts the Crabbers offense on the field first. So we'll give the starting lineup for the Hampton Crabbers.
Bethel won the toss but declined till the second half.
And here they are for the Hampton offense. Number 66, left tackle Tyrell Wilson. Left guard, number 75, Michael Tate. The center, number 55, Rory Nixon. Right guard, number 61, Andrew Alston. And the right tackle, number 77, Derek Bailey. Split end, number 15, Corey West. And the two flexes, number 11, Andy Allison. And number 1, Kevin Johnson. In the backfield, the fullback, number 99, Monty Haney. The quarterback, number 5, David Wofford. And the tailback, the man to watch, number 2, Tron Martinez. That, folks, is your Hampton offense tonight, a very potent offense with the leading rusher, number 2, Tron Martinez in the backfield. You are watching LSC Local Sports Channel live from Darling Stadium, October the 24th, 2008. It's Friday Night Football, and we're glad to have you with us once again. I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser, bringing you the Hampton City Schools live sports.
All right, Kenny Steelman is set to kick off for the Bethel Bruins. In the middle back there is Dion Funch for the Crabbers, as the kick is almost completely through the end zone. So the Crabbers will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And here is your starting lineup for the defense on the Bethel Bruins.
For the Bruins, the defensive end, number 45, Malik Wilson. The defensive tackles, number 54, Joe Singleton, and number 77, J.J. Johnson. The other defensive end, number 49, James Gale. And linebackers, outside linebacker, number 27, Deshaun Thomas. The inside backers, number 4, Travis Parker. Number 38, Davon Hodges. The other outside backer, number 5, Marcus Krause. The cornerbacks, number 6, Isaiah Gibson, and number 24, Riho Walker. And the safety, number 20, Marcus Haskett.
So Walford is under center. And in motion, pitches out to Tron Martinez to the right here. And looks like he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play, as Martinez's first run nets him about 3 yards. On the stop for the Bruins, number 45, Mikael Wilson. Gain of 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 7.
That time, Mike, it looked like the Bethel defense just kind of gave a little bit just to see what Martinez is going to do. You can see him slide to that direction. They don't want Martinez getting outside because, as I mentioned earlier, you get him into the secondary, that young man's gone.
Walford again under center. Crabbers line set up this time with 3 wide outs, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near. And a pitch out to Martinez. He cuts it back inside, picks up good yardage outside the 30 to about the 31. Gain of about 8 on the play for Martinez. That's going to give the Crabbers their first down of the game.
That's what we were just talking about. That time Martinez is able to get loose. Great pursuit by the Bethel defense. They did a good job. Martinez is just quick enough to get to the outside and pick up some yardage.
Like the number 77 on the initial hit, and that's J.J. Johnson for the Bruins. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers, just shy of their own 31. Walford to Martinez, straight up the middle. Met by the front line and got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Looks like the lead tackler on that play was number 4, Travis Parker. Give him no gain on the play. It'd be 2nd down and 10. Maybe a yard at the most.
Good defensive effort that time by Wilson, Singleton, Johnson, and Gale as they clogged up the middle, not allowing Tron Martinez any kind of opening there to get through.
2nd down and a long 9 for the Crabbers. Wide outs, 2 to the near side. Ball's pitched to Martinez on a sweep to the right, gets a few yards there, gets outside the 40, gets a first down near the 44-yard line as he is tackled there by the Bruins, number 6, Isaiah Gibson, and number 24 on the play, and that's Rio Walker.
Well, you saw the timing there by Wofford. This was all Martinez. There were no blockers out there for him. He had a great pitch from Wofford and then just made that play himself.
Wofford waited until the last minute to actually pitch it, and it was a perfect play. 1st and 10 from the 44. Up the middle is Martinez, picks up about 5 yards out near the 49-yard line before he's brought down by the Bruins, number 9. That's Darrell Walker. Gain of just shy of 5, but we'll call it 2nd down and 5 for the Crabbers.
Not a bad run up the middle that time for Martinez. He probably could have got a few more yards. Unfortunately, he ran into one of his own men, and that kind of stopped him right there. But he did a good job on that up the middle.
2 wideouts again to the near side. 1 to the far side. The snap, the pitch to Martinez again on a sweep to the right. Breaks a tackle or two and gets outside the inside the 45-yard line down near the 44. Gain of about 7 on the play and a first down for the Crabbers.
You want to know why this young man gets yardage? Right there. The cutback that he made to the left to slip that tackle picked him up another 5 yards. That's why he picks up the yardage, Mike.
1st and 10, the ball just shy of the 44-yard line of the Bethel Bruins. Opening series of play here at Darling Stadium. 8:55 to go on a running clock now. No score. They flip-flop the wide receivers, put 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. This time it's handed off to the up-back number 8 for the Crabbers, Darius Thomas. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play as he is stopped by the Bruins number 45, and that is Mikael Wilson, along with number 8 on the play, or number 9 on the play, I'm sorry, Darrell Walker.
Nice play to change it up here and give the Bethel Bruins a little bit of a different look, and of course rest Tron Martinez because you know he's going to get the majority of the carries tonight.
He had a game not too long ago where he had 31 carries, and that's a lot of carries in high school, I'm telling you.
A lot of carries anywhere.
Offered back to pass. Open receiver is the Crabbers number 8, Darius Thomas, as he's down near the 25-yard line before he's finally pulled down on the play. And looks like number 5 on the stop for the Bruins is Marcus Krause. Big gain on the play as the Crabbers have a first down near the 26-yard line.
Very nice pass by Wofford, Brent, and Coach Smith talked about the fact that he's getting a little more comfortable, and you could see it there. He's more poised. He waited for his receiver. The receiver got in the open. He had him wide open.
Nice little pass, too, there. And this time it's pitched out to Martinez on a sweep to the near side. Gets down near the 20-yard line. That's going to be about a 6-yard gain. And as long as he can get 6 yards every time he touches, they're going to continue to run that way.
They sure are, Mike, there. Martinez is just grinding up the yardage right here, and the Hampton offense is moving quite well, thank you, at this time, although the defense for the Bethel Bruins seems to be doing a good job. They just can't get Martinez to pick up any less yardage than he's getting right now.
2nd down and long, 4 now for the Crabbers. Ball sits at the Bethel 20. Wofford takes the snap, holds the ball this time, and scoots up the middle and stopped after about a yard gain on the play by a host of Bethel Bruins, led by the Bruins number 77, J.J. Johnson. Looks like he might pick up a yard on the play. That's going to bring a 3rd down and 3 for the Crabbers inside the 20.
That was great defense by the Bruins, as you saw number 45, Malik Wilson, the defensive end, come in there and kind of force that play to the inside.
Yeah, it did. He cut off the pitch play on that one.
Sure did.
That allowed the Bethel Bruins the time to clog up the middle. Good job. 3rd and 3. Wofford under center, two backs. Martinez a pitch again. This time, nice tackle on the play by the Bruins number 6 on the play, and that's Isaiah Gibson, and he's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's just about it.
Going to have to keep your eye on Isaiah Gibson. He was talked about a lot the last time we had a Bethel game, and you see him slip a tackle right there. He's a cornerback. He'll come up on that line and take that outside shot, giving the DN time to just take an angle and go after the runner. Isaiah Gibson, good young kid, though. His aunt works at school with me at Jones and had the pleasure of knowing Isaiah, and he's just a fine, polite young gentleman.
He picked up about a yard on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down and 2 as the Crabbers will call timeout, talk about it here.
There you see Coach Smith with the Crabbers around him. Off to the left, you can see a little bit of Danny Mitchell, and that's probably all we want to see of Danny Mitchell, right? Just a little bit of him. And Coach Smith still got his hat on straight.
Well, let's see. Let's see if the Crabbers are, after this timeout, can pick up that 2 yards.
I think what they were trying to do, one of the reasons they called timeout, they were trying to get an offsides there, and it just didn't work, so they had to call timeout and kind of regroup.
That play works a lot of the times, but I think they need to hold it a little bit longer because the quarterback goes up there and makes one call, and if they don't jump, he just automatically stands up and calls timeout. And he just, to me, that play would be a little bit more successful if he gives it a little bit of time to try to draw them off.
Well, they're young. They're learning. They'll get there.
4th down and 2, so a big play early here in the first quarter as the Crabbers have held the ball for a little over 6 minutes. 4th and 2. Need to get the ball just shy of the 15. There's Martinez, and he is going to be close as he's wrapped up near the 15, and I believe he's got the first down, and he does. So nice gain by Martinez on the play. Be a 1st down and 10 from the Bethel 15-yard line.
That was interesting. They kind of put him in motion from the left side, and he came all the way around, grabbed the ball well deep in the backfield, and was still able to pick up the first down.
I believe the stop on the play was by number 20, Marcus Haskett. So 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Crabbers as they continue this drive. Martinez straight up the middle. He picks up about 4 as he gets down near the 11-yard line. And the stop, I believe, has been made this time by number 4, I think, Travis Parker.
There you see Martinez right there. He gets tripped up by one player.
It looked like number 6 actually got him first, Isaiah Gibson.
Told you to keep your eye out for that young man.
Sure. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6 as they have to get the ball to the 5 to get the first down. A little bit different setup there as Martinez goes in motion, is handed off and up the middle, gets to the 10 and is met pretty hard there by number 4, and that's Travis Parker along with number 75 on the play, and that's Sam Turner as they met him right there at the line.
Great ground shot by our camera crew.
Boom.
And it just dawned on me a little while ago. We said something about Martinez taking that.
Going in motion.
That was number 24. It was not Martinez. It was number 24, and I've been trying to figure out who it is on mine.
That's Deion Futch. I thought it was Martinez.
That was Futch.
Okay, Martinez is back in the I formation. Back to pass is Walford.
Had him open, but look at this.
He's all the way down to the 5. He has to get inside the 5 for the first down, and it looks like he may have it.
First down, coach.
And I believe he got the first down, and he did. As nice run there by the quarterback, and first down as the ball sits just inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
You look at the top of the screen. He's going to have a receiver open. You can't see him now in the end zone, but he just tucks it under. He's got an open lane to pick up that first down. A real smart play by the young quarterback, Wofford.
Yep, Travis Parker on the stop for the Bruins. 1st and goal from just inside the 5-yard line. Opening series of play here in this game as the Crabbers have had the ball for almost the entire first quarter. Somebody might have moved a little earlier that time, and the Crabbers might get stuck with a 5-yard penalty. Let's see.
Prior to the snap, false start against the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Be 1st and goal from the 10 now.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us live on Cox Cable Channel 48. This is LSC, Local Sports Channel, bringing you Friday Night Football, the Hampton High Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins.
Well, they've had the ball for almost 9 minutes of this first quarter in this first drive, so they're definitely keeping the Bruins offense off, and there's Martinez up the middle inside the 5, and he is near the 4, so we're going to give him pick up about 6. That'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 4.
Again, Martinez just going off the right side here, slides right through a couple tacklers, picks up another 2 yards after he gets hit, Mike. Good run by Martinez.
Travis Parker, one of the 3 that was on the stop for the Bruins. 2nd goal from the 4. Martinez again on the handoff, and this time it was him that was in motion. He looks like he's going to lose a yard.
Once again, watch Isaiah Gibson coming in here right there off the left-hand side, making that play. And the defensive line for Bethel held on that one. Spivey, Mason, Bowen, Shern, and Woodhouse all right there. Excuse me, that's the offense. Wilson, Singleton, Johnson, and Gale right in there. I hope the offense is not out there yet.
The offense against offense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Third down and goal from the 5. They're in the I formation, of course, and Martinez is the tailback. Back to pass, Walford. Tucks it under, and he's going to get sacked back behind the 5 down near about the 6-yard line. So he's going to lose a yard on the play. And the Bruins defense really came up strong in this goal line stance.
They're going to the short side of the field here, and unless you can pick up a receiver real quick, you don't have a lot of time there, Mike. So he had to eat that one.
That one looked like it was a straight run all the way as he came, took the snap and rolled to the left and just tucked it under right off, right away.
He tucked it under quick, but he was taking a peek down in the left-hand side of the end zone where he had a receiver, but he was covered.
And this is number 84, Matt Cass, in to kick the field goal attempt. It is up and it is good. So the Hampton Crabbers strike first, but I tell you what, Bethel Bruins only gave up 3 points on that play, but look at the time, 1:22 left in the first quarter. Hampton had the ball for, over 10 minutes there.
That's what I couldn't believe. I was going to point that out to you. I wasn't sure whether you saw that or not. I thought to myself, my gosh, we got 1:22 left in the first quarter, and the Bethel offense hasn't been on the field yet.
Hampton took the opening kickoff and drove the ball and continued to let the clock, kept it on the ground, and the clock just rolled away, and they ate up over 10 minutes there in the first.
Whew. All right, here's the Bruin offense, and here they are this time for real. The left tackle, number 56, Derek Spivey. Left guard, number 50, Roderick Mason. The center, number 52, Jordan Bowen. And the right guard, number 51, Cameron Shern. And the right tackle, number 59, Reginald Woodhouse. The wide receivers, number 7, Maurice Henry, and number 12, Terry Clark. The split ends, number 18, Tim Hartwell, and number 33, Franklin Spruill. And the man you got to keep your eye on, the tailbacks, number 14, John Tail Evans, and the quarterback, number 2, Eris McGlone English.
Skylar Hutchison on the kickoff, and this is John Tail Evans with the run back as he gets just outside the 30 down to a 31-yard line. Nice return after a kickoff that bounced in front of him. So the Bethel Bruins will take over first and 10 from their own 31, and will show Hampton's defense.
And here's the defense that'll be out there for the Crabbers. The defensive tackle, number 85, Shea Bumpus. The 2 guards, number 55, Rory Nixon, and number 75, Michael Tate. The defensive tackle, 74, Godfrey Clinton. The backers, outside linebacker, number 2, Tron Martinez. Number 66, inside backer, Tyrell Wilson. And number 99, Monty Haney. The outside linebacker, Sterling Perry.
Hand it off to John Tail Evans on his first carry. He's going to lose about a yard on the play as the Crabbers stacked him up on the front line.
And the secondary for the Crabbers, number 24, cornerback Dion Futch. The safety, number 11, Andy Allison. And the other cornerback, number 1, Kevin Johnson. That's the defense for the Hampton Crabbers.
Loss of a yard on the play by Evans. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Bruins at their own 30-yard line. Back to pass to McGlone English. It's completed on a slant play all the way out to the Bethel 46-yard line as it was completed.
There's some of your Crabber fans right there. Nice,
Stephen
cute
Clark.
little.
Stephen Clark received the ball.
Nice pass by McGlone English. He's got a nice arm, nice throw.
First and 10 for Bethel at their own 47-yard line. Little swing pass again out here to Clark. And he is brought down by Martinez, number 2. And the Crabbers, number 85, who is Shea Bumpus. We'll hear a lot of that name tonight.
All right, now, if McGlone English can continue to do this, he's thrown to the right side, he's throwing to the left side, he's spreading the defense from one side to the other. He's very accurate as a passer. He does that, he's going to spread out that Hampton defense and then watch John Tail Evans. Mike, just as a side note here, in the first drive there, Tron Martinez, 13 carries, 56 yards for the Hampton Crabbers.
So we're at the end of the first quarter of play. So the Hampton Crabbers, can you believe it? The end of the first quarter already. Hampton 3, Bethel nothing, as Bethel will come back for our 2nd down and 7 from the midfield. Send it down to Bob down on the sidelines.
Hey, I'm up here in the stands. I've got Eddie Forrest, and Eddie Forrest played with Hampton High. In fact, I read a book called The Crying Towel, and he even talks about you. And Coach Eason wrote a book about it. Tell me a little bit about what it was like football then is now.
I think then I don't see a whole lot of difference in it, Bob.
It's
not a whole lot. It's still football. We ran the double wing, and they strictly mostly run the T.
Right.
But we mostly ran the double wing.
Right. Now, you played end.
No, I played center and linebacker.
How'd you catch a pass?
I didn't.
Well, I thought you caught a pass. It was in the book that you caught a pass.
No, the book was wrong.
Well, we won't tell anybody.
No.
Okay, thank you, Eddie.
Okay.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Evans on a 10-yard carry straight up the middle for a first down as Dion Funch, number 24, stops Evans after a 10-yard gain in the first down. Ball sits 1st and 10 at the Crabber 40. Again, Evans handed off up the middle, is going to pick up almost 3 yards down near the Crabber 37-yard line as he's brought down by the Crabbers number 65, and that's Derek Adams.
Mike, we can already see how the passing game has affected the running game as Jontel Evans had a lot of room on that first play and had some more room here. And Bethel's line's getting a good jump right now on the Crabber defense.
2nd down and 7 for the Bruins. McGlone English in the shotgun. Back to pass again. Sets up, throws the ball over the middle. Completed to a wide open receiver. And that receiver is the Bruins' number 3, Teddy Baycoat, one of their main receivers.
Teddy Baycoat used to be in a dual quarterback situation with McGlone English. Now he's become one of his favorite targets. Watch this nice pass to the sideline, and see how he comes back for it, makes the catch, gets the ball controlled before he turns to make a run.
Nice gain all the way down to the Crabber 20, where it's 1st and 10 for the Bruins, and as they are on the move.
McGlone English had a lot of time that time. He's getting some good blocking from that front line.
Pitches the ball back to Evans on the play. He's going to pick up about 2 yards down to about the Crabber 18 as timeout is called by the Bethel Bruins.
Watch this great ground level shot here as Evans comes right through there before he's grabbed. I love those shots. Those are just wonderful, wonderful shots. Well, we got a quick timeout, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to let you know that the second quarter is sponsored by Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is the place for all your hard-to-find, I'll get it right here in a minute, hardware needs, including electrical, plumbing, and painting. And by Zooms, with great service and convenient locations throughout the peninsula that can save you both time and money. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining and delicious, extremely delicious food. Join them for lunch or dinner at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News and on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And also by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Call David Chubb or Terry McNamara at 594-0411, our sponsors for the second quarter.
All right, 2nd down and 8. Ball sits at the Crabber 18-yard line as the Bruins try to match the drive that the Crabbers had. McGlone English on a swing pass over here to the left is completed, and down he goes after a gain of about 3 on the play as it was completed to the Bruins number 15, Jamal Parker. Pick up a 3 on the play. That will bring up 3rd down. Looks like 3rd and 6 is the way they got it marked.
Right now, Mike, Eris McGlone English looks like a surgeon out there, just cutting up that defense and completing his passes to whomever and wherever he wants.
53 on the stop that time for the Crabbers, Terrence Mack. 3rd down and 6. Back to pass, being flushed out, and down he goes, a fumble, and it looks like the Crabbers might have come up with the ball, and they did. We'll wait till they unpile here so we can actually see who got it for the Crabbers, and it looks like number 85, that's Bumpus. Talked a little bit about him earlier, and
watch this. McGlone English has no idea. They're coming from the blind side, And look at this ground shot. Another great shot by our crew as we see the ball go right out of his hands. And the Crabbers, about 4 or 5 of them right there, jumped right on that ball. Bumpus comes up with it.
Number 85, that's Shea Bumpus.
Watch this. Watch this as he gets hit from the blind side.
That is a good call. The ball came out before he started going forward with it. So the Crabbers stopped that one, that drive for the Bruins, as they were moving the ball quite easily. 1st and 10 for Hampton at the 20. There's Tron Martinez up the middle, folks, and look out because nobody's going to catch him. That's going to be an 80-yard run right up the middle. And there it is, a turnover and a touchdown, one play. And I tell you what, it doesn't take long when Martinez gets into the backfield like that. Outstanding run by, and look how well the offensive line opened it up for him.
Look at this, Mike. Just straight from the ground, he goes right through there. I said, when we started this broadcast, watch to see if he can get into the secondary. If he does, he's gone. And there you saw it right there. Great run by the district's leading rusher, the region's leading rusher, Tron Martinez.
He had 56 yards in the first drive, and this one was 80 yards up the middle. So he's already over 100. And Matt Cass for the extra points up and good, and the Crabbers now lead the Bethel Bruins by a score of 10-0.
Well, how long was that?
That was 80 yards.
That was 80 yards. So he's at least got 136 yards, probably more.
Make it a 79-yard run.
It's a 79-yard run.
So we give it officially a 79-yard according to our statisticians. And
Watch
look
this.
at this run.
You see him break through the line, and there's 2 people right there that had a chance at him, and he just burst right past them, and he's gone. He's just so quick.
And when he actually stopped running, he was 10 yards behind the defense.
Right, here we go. 14 plays, 14
carries.
14 carries, 133 yards already.
9:34 to go here in the second quarter as the Crabbers now kick off. This is Evans at about the 3-yard line to the 10, 15, 20. Spins out of a couple of block tackles and breaks free all the way outside the 30. And it looks like they may mark him at about the 30. Let's see where they end up marking the ball.
What, Mike? He does a great job as we watch this replay. Look at him. He comes when he gets up here. Watch the spin move right there.
Yeah, they had him inside the 20, and he spun away from it.
Great moves by the talented Jontel Evans.
So Bethel will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30. 9:23 to go here in the second period. The Crabbers out in front 10-0 early here in the second quarter. Lone English in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Evans up the middle, picks up 3, 4, battles his way near 5. Looks like they're going to mark it at about a 4-yard gain near the 34-yard line. And he's a hard runner, too.
He's a great runner. I sit here, and as I watch Jontel Evans run, I just think, how lucky are we in the Peninsula District to have runners like Jontel Evans, Tron Martinez, Sean Alston, all playing at the Hampton City Schools.
Alston again up the middle. It breaks free. He's out into the secondary. Look out. As great run there by Evans, number 14. What did I say?
Evans, not Alston. Evans, not. I had just talked about those 3, and that was still on your mind. We knew who you meant.
Nice run as he breaks free through the middle and breaks 2, 3 tackles before it looks like, guess who brings him down? Martinez.
Well, if there's anybody on that Hampton defense that can catch him, it's going to be Martinez. He's one of the fastest runners around. But they're showcasing tonight 2 of the best runners in the Peninsula District, folks. I hope you're watching this.
Like number 1 in the game now, Ray Bradley for the Bruins as he takes the ball up the middle to near the 20-yard line. That's going to pick up of about 4. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Bruins.
Best for Jontel Evans here as he gets a couple of yards on this play.
Ball sits at the Crabber 20, so it doesn't take long for Bethel to move the ball down the field either. Again, that's number 1 on the carry as he's bottled up right there at the line of scrimmage by a pretty stout defense of the Crabbers. Number 9, Sterling Perry on the tackle. Gain of about a half a yard on the play, so we'll call it 3rd down and 5 for the Bruins.
3rd down and 5 at Darling Stadium, October the 24th, 2008. You're watching the local sports channel, LSC.
Lone English on a slant pass, incomplete over the middle, and I believe it was intended for Stephen Clark, number 21, as it looked like it was thrown and dropped right through his hand. Let's see, it went right through his hands, and he was hammered too just as soon as he dropped it.
That was another good pass by McGlone English. He just happened to throw it into triple coverage there. And
4th down now and 5 as Evans comes back in the game for the Bruins after he sat out about 3 plays. Lone English in the shotgun. Back to pass, being flushed out, and what a defensive play. He gets the ball off, but he throws it out of bounds, and there is a flag on the play right over here on the near side, completely on the opposite side of the field of where the ball went. So let's see what the play was. That might have been an ineligible player downfield. Let's see what he calls.
Here's a replay.
It is.
McGlone English not finding a receiver, just tries to get rid of it here, and the receiver on this side did a good job of coming toward the ball.
Terrence Mack.
Ineligible downfield on the offense.
Yeah, I was right.
That penalty is declined.
How about that?
First down.
Yeah, ever so often I get lucky. That's right. Terrence Mack on the pressure that time on McGlone English. So on a 4th down incompleted pass, the Crabbers will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So again, twice now the Crabbers have stopped Bethel in the red zone.
They have that. Good defense by the Crabbers tonight so far. A good game, pretty much what we anticipated at the beginning here.
7:35 to go here in the second quarter. 10-0 Hampton out in front. Hand it off to Tron Martinez up the middle this time, and he's going to pick up about 6 outside the 25. Nice run that time by the Crabber running back, and he's a tough runner.
I think they were trying to catch lightning in a bottle again here as they did that same play. He just couldn't slip by the secondary that time.
I'll tell you what,
got brought down.
Good thing Marcus Haskett, number 20, was there, because if he wasn't there, he was gone because there was nobody behind him.
Exactly.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 now for the Crabbers. There's a pitch to Martinez as he runs the ball towards us. Gets outside the 30, breaks a tackle outside the 35, and he is out of bounds at about the Crabber 37-yard line. That's a nice gain of about 13 for Martinez and another 1st down.
I don't know how he broke this tackle here, Mike. I thought right here he was going to be down, but he just rolled right over that guy and picked up another 7 yards.
I tell you what, if you can run it back one more time, take a look at the block that the wide receiver made for the Crabbers. Outstanding block by the wide receiver on this side of the field.
Right
there. That opened it up for him. 1st and 10 from the 38. There's a handoff to Martinez. It breaks a tackle, cuts it outside, breaks another. And what a block that time by the Crabbers, number 24, Dion Funch. That opened up another 5 yards for Martinez, and an outstanding run.
Dion Funch with a great block. Martinez with a good move right here. Look at this.
That's Darius Thomas, number 8 on the carry. Martinez is taking a break. I mean, Martinez has got, about 150 yards already here in the first half?
Well, somewhere around 135. 162. My goodness.
162 yards rushing in the first quarter and a half here of this game. Looks like the referees will.
There he is right there taking a rest on the bench. Gosh. Look at that, Mike.
Was he about 4 inches shy of a 1st down?
I don't even think it's that far.
Martinez over here on the bench taking a breather. Looks like he's okay.
Gosh.
Like he's stretching his back a little bit. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and less than the length of the football for the Crabbers as the ball sits at their own 48-yard line.
Less than the nose of the football.
Okay. Well, that's still less than the length of the football.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Both teams playing well tonight. Just a bad break for the Bethel Bruins when they had a turnover.
Keeper this time by Walford. Nice carry outside all the way inside the Bethel 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of almost 8 yards on the play as Walford takes a snap and goes right straight up the middle.
Great blocking by Tate Nixon and Alston that time as they just opened up enough room for him to get that first down quite easily.
Sean Thomas for the Bruins, number 27 on the stop. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers. Ball sits right at the Bethel 45. Walford under center, 2 wideouts, 1 to either side. Back to pass. Passes over and incomplete. Now almost intercepted by the Bruins, number 7, Maurice Henry, as it was intended for the Crabbers, number 15, Corey West. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10.
Sharp pass here by Wofford. Probably.
He almost caught it. They were both battling for that one.
Passes that I've seen so far, just great defense by the Bethel Bruins prevented that pass from being complete.
Second down and 10 from the 45. Back to pass again. Tucks it under and takes off and runs, and he gets the ball near the 40. And the Bethel coach is complaining about a clip there, and that was real close.
That time Bethel with some better coverage in the secondary. Doesn't have any receivers open. Wofford doesn't, so he decides to take that ball himself.
Flag against the Hampton Crabbers as someone on that side of the field moved before the snap. And that'll move them back about 5 yards. Let's see what the defense wants to do here. And they'll back them up 5 yards on the play.
Illegal motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
That'll make a 2nd 15, and the ball sits right dead on 50-yard line.
There you go. There you go.
I think the wide receiver on the far side might have moved. Looks like the Crabbers will call their 2nd time. No, that'll be. Is that their 2nd timeout or 3rd timeout? 2nd timeout. So the Crabbers have 1 timeout left here before the halftime.
See if we can see this again.
There's a wide receiver outside there, number 24, Dion Funch, and I think he was the one that actually moved a little early because the flag was thrown right next to where he's at.
You also had a guy on the line there that looked like he moved, but that was just a split second there. That was really close. Again, great camera shots by our crew. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight our crew consists of Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer on the cameras. Andy Foley, our graphics and animation man. The slow motion and instant replay brought to you by Mike Nowinski. The camera control operator is the lovely Sarah Myers. Our production and audio assistant, the always busy Renee Camden. The audio and chief engineer who runs around, Don Scharouse. Our director and producer, the man that whispers in our ears, Scotty Bowers. I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser, Brent Musgrove, Bob Hintz on the field, along with Bob Killen.
The whisperer in the ear, huh?
Whisperer in the ear.
2nd and 15 for the Crabbers. Ball sits at the 50-yard line. Martinez back in the game now. That back throw. Wofford passes over to the far side. Down the receiver goes. And I believe he tripped on his own feet that time. And that is that number 24 Funch over there, Dion Funch?
Dion Funch. Watch this. Wofford's got good time, puts the pass up. Unfortunately, he gets caught up in the feet of the defender and falls down on that play.
Rio Walker on the play. So that brings up 3rd down and 15 now for the Crabbers. Look out for the draw here.
Hampton throwing a little bit more tonight than they usually do.
So far tonight,
Dr. Russo.
So far tonight, the Bethel Bruin defensive backs have done a good job containing the receivers too. Back to pass. This is going to be a screen. It completed to Martinez, and he breaks free and gets hammered right at the 40-yard line. He's going to be about 5 yards short. Martinez is still down.
He's going to be a little slow getting up on that one because he took a nice
shot.
hit right there.
Says, where am I at? But it was a nice play, a nice screenplay set up real nicely. Martinez gets outside, and there's number 5 for the Bruins, Marcus Krause, and he's in on the tackle. And the one that
right there, Mike.
looked like the one who actually made the major hit was Isaiah Gibson, as the Crabbers get almost 10 on the play.
Call him Isaiah Thomas there for a minute.
Yeah, it was. Isaiah Gibson. 4th down and 5 now, as they need to get the ball down to the 35-yard line to get a first down. They're going to go for it here. 5 minutes exactly to go here on the running clock. There's a pitch to Martinez. He breaks. Oh, nice cutback.
That's not Martinez.
That's Darius Thompson. And he gets inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. And what a move. Watch the move he makes to cut the ball back inside.
Watch the pitch right there as he takes the ball.
Boom, right there.
Right through 2 men. And look at that. He picks up another 4 yards after he's hit.
He is also a senior for the Crabbers. 1st and 10 as the ball sits at the Bruin 28-yard line. Again, that is number 8, Thomas, up the middle. Good yardage as he gets down inside the 25-yard line. Like about a 6-yard gain on the play now, as the Crabbers will bring up a 2nd down and 4. That is Martinez being worked on. He may have hurt his shoulder on that last hit, as that looks like what they're working on. There's a handoff to the up back, and that's number 32 of the Crabbers. He's near the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. That's Dallas Cogsdale. Let's see if he got into the end zone. They think he may have gone down earlier, but nice run down to the 5, and he lands right on the goal line. That's a touchdown, absolutely.
Nice run.
First time we've seen him in the game, as Cogsdale goes all the way in for the score. And Crabbers' offense now is starting to click.
Yes, they are, and Martinez is not in there right at the moment.
That cast for the extra point, kicks up. It's long enough, and it's straight enough. It's good, as the Crabbers, with 3:48 to go here in the first half, lead the Bethel Bruins 17-0. A little bit of a surprise here. Bethel's moved the ball quite well, but the defense, like they talked about earlier.
Here's that run again, Mike. Look, he pulls right through here, splits 2 defenders, and look at him, keeps his legs up to get him into the end zone. The young man had the good mind of presence to realize where he was to get in there for that touchdown. Great piece of running.
Mike Smith talked about how the defense bends but doesn't break, and well, that's what they've done so far. They've stopped them twice in the red zone on 4th downs, and they stopped them on a fumble, and then they stopped on a 4th down and 5. So
yeah, Bethel's offense has not played poorly at all.
They
played
moved the ball right up
well.
the field.
They're moving up and down. They just had a bad break and not been able to get in the end zone. This score probably should be a lot closer than it is right now.
There's the kickoff by the Crabbers all the way in and through the end zone. So nice kick there by the Crabbers number 40, who normally does the kickoff duty for him, Skylar Hutchison, through the end zone, and Bethel will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
There's young Mr. Mike Smith right there with the starter jacket on with his dad. That young man that kicked off's got a strong leg. Now, I know that we got some wind blowing that way, but he's consistently putting it out there in the end zone. Once again, we're watching the coaches behind the 2 gentlemen there. You can see Mike Smith in the red jacket, Danny Mitchell right behind him, and Mike's son was right there with the starter.
Back to throw, over the middle, it's completed to the 45. He breaks a couple of tackles and all the way into Hampton territory, down to the 45-yard line. and I believe it was completed to the Bruins number 12, Terry Clark.
12 or 21. It was a great catch and run, I can tell you that. Looks like number 21.
It is 21.
Yeah, number 21.
Stephen Clark. He is their main receiver tonight so far.
But that was just a great run after the catch, Mike.
A little bit of a botch play on that one, and they pick up maybe about a yard on the play, and that's it. You know, right now, Martinez sitting on the bench, his shoulder pads are off, and they're working on his shoulder. I wonder if Bob, when he gets a chance, can take a look and see if he can figure out what might be going on down there. But it doesn't look too good right now from Martinez. Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9. Lone English back to pass. It is complete. Is he outside, or is he? Is it a completed pass? Incomplete
He's shaking
pass.
his head. I don't know whether that's a good thing or bad. Did he get these feet in? Watch this. He's up, and he's trying his hardest to get his feet in.
Oh.
Hard to tell from this side. I think they might be there.
They didn't give it to him. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 as the ball was brought back to the line of scrimmage. Lone English back to pass. A little swing pass is incomplete. It was short as going out of the backfield to get into the passing lane that time was Jontel Evans. The incompleted pass was going to bring up 4th down and 9 for the Bruins.
That's a rarity there. He was forced to throw that ball a little further up and get a different angle on it than he wanted. You could see the Hampton defense in there. Jontel Evans, the number 1 receiver in the district. Without that defensive play by the Crabbers, that play probably would have been caught.
In the punt formation for the Bruins. Nice spiral kick.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We'll see. Did the ball hit a Hampton player? And it did.
So.
And the Bethel Bruins come up with it. Gonna have to see that again.
Watch this punt. It's a good punt. He gets a lot of air under it. And watch as everybody bunches up right there. Boom,
hit
boom,
the Hampton
right
player.
on him.
The Bethel player actually blocked number 66 of the Crabbers, Terrell Wilson, right into the punt. So it did hit the Hampton player, and Bethel will take over. 1st and 10 at the Hampton 15-yard line. So a turnover on special teams for the Bruins.
A great break for Bethel right here if they can convert this into a score.
Lone English in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Jontel Evans as he works his way inside the 10 near the 6-yard line. A gain of about 9 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 1.
Watch this, just a simple straight handoff right up the middle. He bursts through, picks up some good yardage.
Him 8 yards on the carry. It's 2nd down and 2 now for the Bruins. There's a handoff again to Evans as he comes to the near side, inside the 5, down near the 3. As the Crabbers number 63 on the tackle, that's Alex Taylor.
Jontel Evans getting into a rhythm now as he goes off the right-hand side, slides through. Get a couple of good blocks there.
What the call here
The
is.
result of the play is a 1st down. After the play, a dead ball, personal foul on the offense. That will be administered 15 yards, 1st and 10 for the offense.
Didn't see that one. I'd like to see that one again.
I saw that one.
Oh, you did?
We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I saw that one. We'll talk about that later.
So that 15-yard penalty brings them all the way outside the 15 to about the 18-yard line. It's still a 1st down. It should be a 1st down from there, though, because the 1st down occurred, or the penalty occurred after the 1st down. It was a dead ball penalty. Oh, it's not first and goal because they've got the yardstick set up over there.
A little bit of confusion on what it should be, but whatever it should be, this is what it is.
A carry on the left side, right side. It looks like he's going to go in, and he's in for the score. So Bethel makes up for the 15-yard penalty. McGlone English goes 18 yards to the near side, all the way in to score the touchdown. 17-6 now.
Great play action. Watch this to Jontel Evans. He hides the ball very well. Only had one person over there that he had to beat and depend on the block, which he got, and into the end zone. Well, the ball was over the plane when I was watching that, too. The ball was over the plane when his knee was coming down there. Lone English getting in there for the Bethel Bruins as they rode the legs of Jontel Evans down toward the end zone.
Kenny Stillman in to kick the extra point. Up. Certainly long enough, and it is good. So Bethel scores now with 1:52 to go in the second quarter as they trail the Hampton Crabbers 17-7.
And you're watching this game live on LSC, local sports channel, and you're probably watching it on Cox Cable. And if you are, it'll be channel 48. We're live right here from Darling Stadium. Look at this nice run by McGlone English, who's known for his throwing. The number, that looked a little different there, but that was close. He's in for the score. Great play by McGlone English, the leading passer in the district, who shows you that, hey, I can run when I need to.
Ron Martinez for the Crabbers still sitting on the bench, and it doesn't look good for him. What do you think down there, Bob?
Hey, guys, I was watching the trainer work on his shoulder, and he is in a lot of pain. And I thought at first it might just be a stinger, but it could be something with the collarbone, or just they may have dislocated and popped back into the socket. I haven't had a chance to talk with the trainer yet, but you could tell he was in a lot of pain.
We can see him right there on the screen, and it doesn't look like he's real happy, and he has his gear off. For the night.
So the Bruins kick off now down the middle of the field. As it looks like the Bruins may have been offside, as there is a flag back here where the kickoff made.
On the kick.
Yep. So they'll back it up to the 35 and re-kick it again. We'll see how many yards Martinez ended up with here in the first half. Obviously, he's not coming back in the first half.
Okay. All right.
See this offsides here.
All the
there
way
it is,
over.
top of the screen,
Yep.
all the way at the top. You can see it there. Great shots again by that camera crew.
Right in front of the official that threw the flag, too. We'll back it up 5 to the 35, and Bethel will tee it up and kick it again.
I certainly hope Tron Martinez is going to be okay. I understand that the Crabbers, need him. He is one of the top runners, but he's also a really fantastic young man, and you just hate to see a good young player like that get hurt at all. They can ill afford to lose him, but hey, you've got the playoffs coming up. Let the young man rest and get better.
Kick off deep. Dion Funch at the 7-yard line to the 15-20. Cuts it outside. He's fast, guys. See if he can break that tackle. No, great job over there by the Bruins. Number 25 on the play. That's Ronnie Sanders, who stopped the play, and looks like the referee's got to go break something up over there. Tempers are a little bit high right now. This is a key game for both of these two teams, coming in here 7-1.
Yes, it is. Watch Dion Futch here as he goes to the outside. Like you said, he's got some good speed, but he gets grabbed right there and kind of corralled, and he's not going anywhere. And you got everybody coming in to help on that tackle.
Hey, give me a captain. Give me a captain.
And Scotty was just saying, Mike, these guys have been playing.
Give me a captain. Give me a captain.
But these guys know each other. You got Bethel, you got Hampton. You got kids that have grown up together. They've played rec ball together. They know each other. You can call it tempers, but I just call it the fact that they know each other so well that that's the way they do it.
Ron Martinez standing there in front of the stands. Looks like he's got an ice bag on his shoulder. And again, now the runner is number 8. That's Darius Thomas, and he gets an outstanding run of about 15 yards as he gets the ball all the way outside to the 46-yard line. And it looks like they haven't missed a beat here.
Well, you know, we talk about this all the time, and Bob and I agree on this. It's the battle in the trenches, and they opened up the spaces for this young man to run, and he gets right through there. So you get the blocks out there, and it doesn't matter whether you get a Tron Martinez back there or Mike Hauser.
Well, yeah, it would make a difference. Back to pass is Walford. Being flushed out. Got some room over here to the near side. Forced out of bounds by the Bruins, number 4, Travis Parker, as he is out at the Bethel 47-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play. Let's make it a 3rd down and 3.
Smart play by Wofford as he can't find anybody open.
2nd down
he just
and 3.
Takes it and runs outside and gets out of bounds after picking up some decent yards.
That's good because it stopped the clock with 1:09 to go. 2nd down and 3 now for the Crabbers.
I'm guessing Hampton's going to try and put some points on the board. What do you think?
Well,
on the other side,
Mike Smith will always try to put points on the board.
I'm going to guess that Bethel's going to try and stop him.
Well, you would think. Walford back to pass, a little short pattern over here to Dion Funch. Cuts it back inside or outside, and he gets a 1st down all the way down inside the 35-yard line as they now stop the clock with 59 seconds. That'll stop the clock long enough for them to get the markers moved. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers down at the 34-yard line.
Funch getting a lot of work here. He's finally corralled by Marcus Krause, number 5, as he gets the ball here. He's going to be a busy man, I take it.
Dragged down by Maurice Henry, number 7.
Oh, there's Renee Camden. Hi, Renee. I know you can hear me. How you doing?
Ooh, they had too many players on the field, and there goes the flag. So this is a free play right here. And being forced out of bounds near the 26-yard line. But the Bethel player did not get off the field in time, and they're going to have 12 guys on the field. Let's see what the call is. Watch, see, he's not off the field yet.
Still going.
And if you keep it going, you'll see the referee pull the flag out.
Yep. There wasn't even a question on that one, Mike.
Nope. He was still about 4 or 5 yards away from the sideline. Tried to get off, but he didn't quite get off in time. I would take the penalty. Well, let's see what they're going to do. They got a pretty good.
No.
If it's a 5-yard penalty, I'd take the play.
Susan Bowers on the right-hand side there. Hey, Susie, you're looking good again. What great shots you guys give us every day.
Illegal substitution against the defense. The player failed to get off the field prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 1st down.
They took the penalty. It'll be 1st down and 15 now as the ball sits at the 29-yard line. 39 seconds to go.
1st down and 15 or 1st down and 5?
1st and 5, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Back to pass is Walford. Fakes a pass and then lets it loose down the end zone. Almost intercepted. It was intended for Dion Funch, number 24, and defensively it was also number 24, Rio Walker, for the Bruins, as he comes back and does a good job.
Well, look who's taking a rest there. Watch this pass. Both players go up for it. Nobody comes down with it. They come down with each other.
So incomplete pass. 2nd down now and 5 from the 29-yard line. 33 seconds to go. Two wideouts to the near side. One to the far side, back to pass. Being flushed out, pass over the middle, complete all the way down to inside the 10. As that pass was completed to the Crabbers, number 15. Excellent play, Corey West. 26 seconds as the clock stops until they can get the chain set. 1st and goal inside the 10. See if he tries to down the ball, and he does. So they'll give up a play, but they'll stop the clock with 22 seconds to go. Crabbers still have a timeout here, guys.
Wofford got a fantastic block as Bethel blitzed from the left side here. You see him coming right there. Look at him pick him up and get that block, which gave Wofford time to find the receiver. That was a fantastic play by the blocker back there for Wofford, giving him time to find the receiver and complete that pass.
The 2nd down and goal with the ball sitting right at the 8-yard line. Hello there, Braxton.
Braxton, can you hear us?
Oh, he can hear us. He just doesn't want to wave.
Those are some of our camera people around the stadium, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever see them out on the streets, thank them for the great job they do. We really couldn't do a whole lot without them up here.
22 seconds left. Back to pass, being flushed to the near side. There's a pass to a wide open wide receiver. Dion Funch in the end zone. Nobody defensively around him. Touchdown, Hampton. Look at Danny Smith. He's all
happy
fired
about
up.
that.
Danny Mitchell, he's all fired. Oh, man, that was a nice shot. Good thing he's got a helmet on, isn't it?
I don't know what happened to the secondary here, but Wofford rolls to this left side, and he looks up there, and his eyes had to have gotten big to
and
see
look at
Dion
him just stand
Funch.
there. La, da, da.
Yeah.
There was no secondary there to pick it up, so here we go.
There.
Touchdown as the Crabbers score again. In there to kick the extra point now, Matt Cass. There's a flag down on the play before the kick.
False start against the offense.
There's Bob Walker. He'll back it up 5 yards and retry it again. This time he'll kick it from the 15. Hopefully when we come back up here after the halftime, we'll be able to tell you what's up with Tron Martinez for the Crabbers, because it looks like he might not come back.
Well, right now, it's probably best for him to get as much rest as he can till they can figure out what the problem is with the shoulder, if indeed it is the shoulder. Hampton, of course, right now with the lead, they can afford to go with what they've got at this point, but we'll have to see how the game progresses. I still think McGlone English has a lot left in it.
Darius Thompson, who has taken over for Martinez, has done a pretty good job. This time the kick is blocked up the middle. So no good is the extra point, as the Crabbers lead 23-7 now with 17 seconds to go here in the first half of play. If we can see who actually gets the block.
Good ground level shot. We see number, oh, don't tell me that's Isaiah.
Yeah, number 6.
That's Isaiah
Gibson.
Gibson
Isaiah
again.
Gibson. I tell you what, we've been calling his name all night.
Who was number 24 out there for the Bruins?
That was Rio Walker. He's also been in a lot of plays. So the Crabbers will kick off now with 17 seconds to go before the half.
17 seconds, and you're still watching LSC Local Sports Channel live on Cox Cable Channel 48. We're bringing you sports all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Anything you want to watch in the past 25 years that have been recorded by WHCS in the sports area of the city of Hampton High Schools. That would be Bethel, that would be Hampton, that would be Kickingham, and that would be Phoebus. I'm talking baseball, softball, football, basketball, whatever else we did, soccer, field hockey. In addition to that, all sorts of other archive-type sports from the professionals.
There's the kickoff, and again it goes into the end zone as Evans watches it go in. So Bethel will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Yeah, they could save a little bit of time in this game when that guy kicks off. Just don't let him kick off. Just put the ball in the 20 and let's start from there. He's kicking it into the end zone every time. Every time you see a shot of the crowd there, a little cool out there. You see some blankets and jackets and hats. Fortunately, tonight it's not too bad up here in the booth, Mike. We're all right. Bob told me earlier on the field the fan was on down there, but it's only medium tonight. It's not quite high yet.
Back to pass. McGlone English.
Nice.
Like it's a nice play out there as it's completed to the number 3, and that's Teddy Baycoat as he steps out of bounds.
Strong arm by McGlone English. And as I said, he really likes Baycoat as his receiver, and you can see the pass right here. 30, 40-yard pass.
Took
nice
it right
catch.
off the ground. 1st and 10 for the Bruins at the 34-yard line.
Two good kids, too.
Being flushed out of the pocket, he's going to get sacked back there by the Terrell Wilson, it looks like, number 65 for the Crabbers, Derek Adams. So we're at the half here at Darling Stadium. Hampton leads the Bethel Bruins 23-7.
You're watching live from Darling Stadium, October the 24th, 2008. Friday Night Football on LSC, your local sports channel. Paul Rowe and Mike Hauser, along with Bob Hintz, Mr. Musgrove, and Mr. Killen.
Yes, stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
I just do the color. I don't.
right, guys, I got Steve James with me. You brought a crew all the way from Chicago just to do this ball game, right?
That's right, exactly. That's why we're here, to do the ball game. Come back home.
Well, I tell you, Steve played ball at Sims Junior High School and at Hampton High School basketball.
Played for Sims with you, for you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. But anyway, I didn't want to ring my own bell here. But anyway, Steve, coming down from Chicago, you're going to do a documentary down here. Well, coming down and seeing this rivalry that you were involved in as a student, what do you think of it?
Well, it seems like it's still going strong. I mean, it's really like a blast from the past to be here. Yeah, it's exciting. And the new Darling Stadium. The stadium's a whole different stadium than when I was here.
Yeah, the other side was the home side, and it was all just bad bleachers, but it's really turned out nice. Now, when you're down here, I know you're going to talk to some people, and of course your mama wants you to see her while you're down here.
Absolutely. In fact, she's going to cook us a nice home-cooked dinner on Monday night for me and the crew.
All right, now just brought the 3 guys with you?
Yes, Keith and Adam.
Keith and Adam. Steve has got a little bit of withdrawal, guys. His 2 kids have gone off to college, so he doesn't know what to do with all his free time.
That's right, so I'm here watching football.
Well, listen, we're glad to have you, and I appreciate you taking time to talk to me.
It's great to see you again, Coach.
Always good to see you. All right, let's go back upstairs to the guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, we're at the half, and the Hampton Crabbers are out front 23-7. Big night, as we will show the halftime stats here shortly. Also, we want to show some replays of the first half, and there are your halftime stats. And passing yards, Bethel got the better of it, 94 yards to 73, as you can see. But look at the rushing yards. And 240 yards rushing for the Crabbers. A lot of yards for Martinez in the first half. 94 for the Bruins. 188 total yards in the first half for Bethel, and 313 yards for the Crabbers. Offensively, they really took charge there in the first half. And penalty-wise, they got 2 for 10, but I believe that's actually 2 for 20 because they did have that 15-yard penalty right prior to having the touchdown run. The Crabbers have been penalized a couple times for 15 yards. Each team with a turnover, and a key to this game for the Crabbers so far that kept Bethel off the field. Time of possession shows that 15:46 to the Crabbers, 9:14 for the Bethel Bruins.
Hampton had the ball, Mike, 10, 11 minutes in the first quarter alone.
Yeah, they had the ball
controlled the whole quarter that time.
10 minutes and 38 seconds in the first quarter alone. That pretty much killed the first quarter for Bethel, as the Crabbers kept the ball for almost the entire thing. They took the opening kickoff and went down and actually got a field goal. Let's look at the first half highlights.
Well, here we have Hampton getting their first field goal to take the lead 3-0 early in the game. And then right after that, we're going to see quarterback Eris McGlone English get sacked, and Hampton will recover that fumble. And right here you see the break where Martinez just finds the hole and takes it all the way after the fumble into the end zone for a 79-yard touchdown. Hampton up again. They get this ball, and this is a run of about 30 yards into the end zone for their second score. And then look at this punt. Watch as it comes down. It'll bounce off the Hampton player, and the Bethel Bruins down there get to recover the ball. And shortly after that, with a chance to get on the scoreboard, the Bruins, Eris McGlone English fakes the handoff, takes it himself into the end zone for the score for the Bruins. Here you have the quarterback, Wofford, making a great throw across the middle. He's completed about 4 or 5 passes already tonight. And then here's the touchdown as Wofford goes to his left and finds a Dion Futch in the end zone all alone. And finally, on the last play of the game, or last play of the half almost, the blocked field goal. And here we stand with the score, Hampton 23 and Bethel 7.
Well, the key to the game in the first half was the fact that Martinez was able to break free on a lot of runs, and he ended up with a little over 160 yards in the first half, but he's done for the game. He's on the sidelines with his jersey on, no pads on, so we might be able to get Bob to take a look or ask what might be the extent on there. We'll wait to see that. As you see in the field, they get set to start the second half, as the Crabbers will be kicking off as they will defend the east end of the goal here at Darling Stadium.
As we come back, ladies and gentlemen, remember you are watching us live, and our sponsors for the third quarter are Eric Thompson Realtor, a Hampton City Schools alumni and former athlete. You can call Eric at 685-3127 to buy or sell a home or property. And by Zooms. Once again, David Allen and Zooms are sponsoring student athletes in Hampton. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. By Kelly's Tavern, good food at good prices. Bring the entire family and enjoy one of their delicious meals at Port Warwick or at Coliseum Drive. And by Tidewater Team Sports and Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point Newport News. Down on the field, we've got Bob with some information. Bob?
Hey, guys, I just got on talking to one of the coaches, and they said that it's more likely a bruise. They're not going to play him anymore the second half, but it doesn't look like it was a dislocation or anything, just a bruise. You saw the hit up there, and we could hear it down here. So that's good news for Crabber fans.
Well, a good thing to let them sit now is with the Crabbers having the lead, they have 23-7. As we start the third quarter of play, the Crabbers will be kicking off. Evans will take it at the 5, 10, 20, and he breaks free to about the 27-yard line, as it looks like the Crabbers number 22, that's Eric Cam, on the stop for the Crabbers. 1st and 10 Bethel, as they will start their first drive here in the second half from their own 28-yard line.
Thanks, Bob, for that information, because it just makes me feel a whole lot better that it's not something serious, and it is just, and I'm not downplaying a bruise. The bruise is bad, but at least it's not something threatening. Good to hear that, because he is such a good young man.
Evans back to throw, a little screen pass. McGlone English, did, and it was completed to Evans as he goes out of bounds at about the 35-yard line as Dion Funch makes the stop for the Crabbers.
Tell Evans, a very busy young man tonight for the Bethel Bruins.
That's something we talked about. He's one of the leading receivers in the district, and it showed in the first half. So the gain of about 6, second down and 4 now for the Bruins. Hands the ball off to Evans up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and off he goes. He may go all the way on this one, down the left sideline, and he goes all the way in for the score as he goes 66 yards as Bethel strikes fast here in the third quarter of play.
Super piece of running there. Jontel Evans just stretched tacklers as you see him go through the middle. And watch this. There's one. He drags this young man, gets loose, and just simply, as Mike said, outruns the Hampton defense all the way to the end zone. A quick strike by the Bethel Bruins. Less than 30 seconds into the second half. They're on the board, Mike.
Yeah, the Martinez is going to be missed not only offensively but defensively. It looks like the Bruins are going to go for 2 here. Back to pass. Over the middle, wide open. It is completed to Jamal Parker, number 15, for the 2 points, but there is a flag down. Looks like it's. Well, it looks like the flag was against the Crabbers. Let's see what the call is.
Here's the replay on this. Watch McGlone English. He's the quarterback, the ultimate quarterback. He's directing the play. He points where to go. Boom, right there.
Oh, it was a personal foul, roughing the passer against Hampton. So they're going to move that ball 15 yards, and he'll kick it off from the Crabber 45. So that tightens it up a bit now as the Bruins now trail 23-15 with 11:36 to go here in the third quarter. As roughing the passer penalty against the Crabbers means Bethel pretty much will get pretty good field position to kick it off here, kicking it off from Hampton's 45-yard line. And this might be a good time to do an onside kick. What do you think?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Evans now has 8 rushes, for 143 yards. I thought he had more rushes than that in the first half. Guess not. 143 yards on 8 rushes for Evans now in the game.
You're watching this live on LSC Local Sports Channel, and you're watching two of the better running backs in this league, Evans and Martinez. Of course, Martinez you won't see anymore, but what a great show they're putting on.
Yeah, they just kicked that ball clean through the uprights, and Hampton will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 11:36 to go. 23-15 now. Hampton out in front of the Bruins. Well, that was an impressive, 3-play drive?
Well, it was still impressive. Again, Jontel Evans getting to showcase himself out there. And, of course, he's not just showcasing himself. He's showcasing the entire team as they had some great blocks there to set him loose. But young man's got some good moves. He's got some good speed. And he's a great man. When Andy and Bob and I went over there earlier this year, we get to meet him. They were Brent, not Bob. Great young men.
Darius Thomas will be the premier back now in the second half as Tron Martinez is out. This time the quarterback, David Wofford, keeps the ball. Not much there.
That almost looked like he missed a handoff there because we had a great view from the ground camera right to the play. Looked like he was trying to hand the ball off, and when the running back didn't take it, he kind of just stood there for a second like, okay, what do I do now? He just fortunately ran with it.
Gain of about a yard. We'll call it 2nd down and 9. There he's the handoff to Thomas. Nice run up the middle. Good balance that time as he gets the ball outside the 35 to about the 38-yard line. That's a nice little run. I don't know how many yards Thomas had in the first half, but he's adding to it right now.
Is that? He's a good young runner. This Darius Thomas, I was trying to see here. I don't have. He's a senior.
Yep. 18 yards on the carry. We'll see if we can get what his game stats are. He's got a lot more than that so far. Thomas again this time. Nice cutback. Cut back into the middle is going to pick up a couple of yards inside or outside the 40 to about the 42-yard line. We'll gain, let's see, give him a gain of almost 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 for the Crabbers.
You know who's showcasing themselves now and what they're telling us. Tron Martinez, yes, leads the district. He's up there in the region. But that line of Tyrell Wilson, Michael Tate, Rory Nixon, Andrew Alston, Derek Bailey, they're opening up holes. They're showing you they can do it for anybody that's back there running. Well, anybody but you or me.
That's right. 2nd down and 7 for the Crabbers. Walford back, hands the ball off to Thomas. Up the middle, not much there. He's just lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by the Bruins' number 4, Travis Parker. No gain on the play. Looks like he might go back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 3rd down and 7.
There's the brain trust for the Hampton Crabbers as we watch the replay as he gets practically no yardage at all. Danny Mitchell and Mike Smith been together for many years. Of course, Coach Mann now gone from that group, but they're still clicking right along. There's a little bit of confusion down there.
Checking off, and that's what he's doing, waiting for Coach Smith to give him the play. Nice cutback. Picks up no yards on the plays. Good defense on the Bruins' part that time as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 7.
After checking off the play, Wofford moves to his right, has a nice little pitch, but there's just nowhere to go as 4 or 5 Bruins plugged up that hole.
Number 27 on the play, Deshaun Thomas. Great play as he had it pretty well covered that time. Fourth down and 7. Back to receive the punt is Rio Walker for the Bruins. Line drive kick was Walker takes it at the 23 and on he goes. Cuts it back to the middle and down he goes. Nice play there by the Crabbers. Looks like number 99, and that is Monte Haney for the Crabbers on the stop.
Good coverage by the Crabbers. It's a low kick, a line drive kick, like you said, but the Crabbers get down there quickly because he gets about 7, 8, 9 yards, maybe 10.
So first and 10 for the Bruins, again, as they go here in the third quarter, 8:22 to go. Start this play at their own 33-yard line.
There's the two young men that make that Bethel Bruin offense go. Malone English and Evans in the backfield.
English back to pass, over the middle, wide open, off the shoulder pad. Ball was thrown a little bit back, and what's the flag for? Let's see. Going to be a roughness call maybe on Hampton.
Personal foul.
Oh, goodness gracious. Something they didn't need there.
It was right there. And
completed pass that's going to go. The flag was thrown by the referee on the far side deep. Let's see if we can see the play.
Malone English throwing to the left side right here off the fingertips of the receiver, and then shortly after that there was a little bit of a personal foul. Number 33 for the Bruins, I'm not quite sure who that is, Mike. Franklin Sproul was wide open on the right side.
There's a pass that's complete. Ooh. Hit as he's caught the ball. That pass was completed to number 3, Teddy Baycoat. Nice pass.
Players, looks like he has maybe a little bit of a pull there in his leg as he's getting some stretched out.
Travis Dillard, one of the two.
Baycoat, all night long, he's made 3 or 4 catches. He concentrates so well on catching the ball.
Evans over the left side with plenty of yards as he's going to pick up a first down as the Crabbers are on the move. The Bruins are on the move again as they get the ball down to the Crabber 36-yard line.
I can see why Malone English likes Baycoat as a receiver. That young man is really focused, has good hands, hangs on to it, knows he's going to get hit, stays inbound.
He's out of the game right now as he is substituted in. Here we go. It's first and 10 from the 36. Evans on the carry, up the middle. Battles his way down near the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up about 7 on the play. Give him 7 on the play. That'll bring up a second down and 3 for the Bruins.
Offense is really starting to grind out some yardage here, Mike.
Oh, it's second down and 4.
For Danny and Mike to make a few changes here shortly in that defense. Got a little break here. We're seeing some of the crowd as they go to the concession stand. You're watching LSC Live, October the 24th, 2008, Friday Night Football. Coming to you from Darling Stadium, where you see a great shot of some of the band members of the Hampton High School Band. Sharp uniforms. Evans already with 10 carries, 158 yards, Mike.
There's Evans again. He jumps over a player, gets the ball down near the 26-yard line. He's close to a first down. We're going to have to wait and see where the officials mark it. Ball timeout, bring in the chains.
Evans jumping over a would-be tackler and picking up about 4 yards as he cuts through a little lane there.
77, Derek Bailey on the stop for the Crabbers.
This young man is going to be playing basketball in college.
At UVA.
Talented, great school, great school. He's a talented young man.
Well, as good as he is as a basketball player, he's just as good as a football player. Looks like he's short by about the length of the football, so it'll be third down and a foot.
I've only seen him play basketball one time, but I'll tell you what, he sure looked like he was doing out there.
He's outstanding.
He sure looked like he knew what he was doing.
He's an exceptional defensive player.
There you see Mike Smith and Danny Mitchell in the corner there just facing this way. That's Mike Smith's son.
In the shotgun again from Malone English. Evans beside him. Now he goes under center. See if he keeps it. Exactly what he did. Just takes the ball straight up. He's going to pick up a good yard on the play down near the 26-yard line. That should be enough for the first down.
It is.
Did you see him take the ball and put it down on the 25?
Well, hey, if you can get it, go for it.
They bring it back to the officials bring it back to the 26. First and 10 from the Crabber 26-yard line. 6:30 to go on the running clock here in the third quarter. 23-15. Crabber's out in front. Lone English in the shotgun, a man in motion. Hands the ball off up the middle to Evans. He is hit at the line of scrimmage and works his way forward for about 2. Down inside the 25. It looks like they might mark it about the 24. Give him a gain of 2 on the play.
A lot of movement, misdirection here, but nobody took their eyes off Evans as the Hampton defense went right after him and stopped that play for a short gain.
We have a visitor tonight. We could see him in. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8 for the Bruins, inside the 25.
The doctor is in.
The doctor has arrived.
How are you, sir? Let me see if I can manipulate one of these
Back
for
to
you.
pass to the left flat, and it's incomplete. They call it, and there is a flag down as the flag was thrown on the near side here, all the way across the field from where the ball actually went. How are you?
Gentlemen, good evening. How are you?
See, they called it an incomplete pass.
See if he juggles it as he's going
Juggling
out.
it. He's still juggling. I thought he had completion. I thought he had possession of the ball. Of course, his back was to us too.
You had the ref right over there looking straight at him as he was coming toward him, so he had a little bit better view than I had, I can tell you that. As we're waiting for this, up in the booth with us, joining us tonight once again, the fine young doctor, Dr. Rousseau.
Good
How
evening.
are you?
Good. I'm doing well, thank you.
You look good.
Well, hanging in. A great ball game tonight. I mean, Hampton High School's just doing a great job, and Bethel's coming back, so it's going to be an interesting finish.
Well, again, I'm a little biased because I've grown up here all my entire life, and I've been able to see some fantastic football games, and I think we have some of the best football in the state, if not the best ball.
Absolutely.
That was a holding call against the Bruins. Back to pass of McGlone English, being flushed out of the pocket by the Crabbers. On the run, throws the ball, completed down there inside the 25 to number 15 on the play, Jamal Parker.
You've been here long enough now. This is a great rivalry. Bethel and Hampton started in 1969 when Bethel came up, as we watched the replay on the screen. Most of the kids that went over to Bethel had been Hampton High School bound. And some of them had been to Hampton High School, and they, of course, were playing their friends, and that's where this rivalry came from. What did you think of it when you first got here to the district?
Well, I think this play is more important than my comments, that's for sure.
3rd down and 9. Back to pass again. It's completed and forced out of bounds, and they are going to give him a completed pass again to Baycoat, number 3.
What a great catch. I'm just really high on this Baycoat kid and how he makes receptions, focuses on the ball, and still is able to keep his feet in. And I think 4 passes now they've hit on that sideline for him.
Well, you would think that sooner or later the defensive backs will
I don't think so. I think Baycoat's just good enough to be able to maneuver himself to where he can get the ball.
Let's see, 1st and 10 from the 15. Hands the ball off to Evans, breaks his way inside the 10, inside the looks like the 9-yard line. He's going to be a little bit short of the 1st down. Nice gain up the middle.
Yeah, you got some great athletes on these teams with Teddy Baycoat and the rest of the kids, Joe Evans, and these are great athletes that play out there. And I know Hampton High School's got a bunch of great kids that go 2 ways and then of course play other sports, baseball and basketball and so on. So but to answer your question, Paul, when I came here, Bethel was not really doing very well, and of course, our new coach over there has been there now the 2nd year. Has done a great job bringing these kids together. So it's a revived rivalry that we're real pleased about because it's just great to see it happen. And we got a little play down there. I don't know if it's a cramp or he's got something. Hopefully not.
Let's hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, it might just be a cramp.
Was that Evans? Because right now, Ray Bradley, number 1, is in the backfield.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
Well, you heard Martinez is going to be out. He's got a bruised shoulder.
Yeah,
thank goodness it's nothing real serious.
Bradley on the carry outside, inside the 5, down to about the 4, maybe to the 3. We'll have to wait and see where the stop is made, but that's going to be good enough for a 1st and goal for the Bruins.
Nice open lane on the far side. He got a good block, but Hampton, as quick as they are on defense, covers up nicely on that play.
Terrence Mack on the stop for the Crabbers. 1st and goal from inside the 4-yard line for Bethel. Bradley in the eye, lone back. Keeper this time by McGlone English as the Crabbers are being forced back. And nice job by the Bruin front line. He's going to get down just shy of the 1 yard line, it looks like. Pick up about 2 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Give them 2 on the play. 2nd goal from the 1. McGlone English again under center, and he will carry it straight in. They're going to have to see if he actually got in or not. Right now there is no signal, and he is shy by about a foot. So 3rd down and goal.
I wish people could see you guys up here in this booth, you know?
Oh, no, they don't want to do that.
Mr. Bowers doesn't do enough justice of making sure you're on camera enough, you know?
No, we don't need to be on the camera, believe me.
It's always a lot of fun.
It's about the kids down there.
That's for sure.
Look at that shot.
That is a great
Less
shot.
than the shot length of a football. And the Bruins will call timeout here. So 2:45 to go in the 3rd period of play. Crabbers holding a 23-15 lead. Go ahead.
And with us again up here, Dr. Rousseau from the city of Hampton, and great school system. I'm a little biased, of course, but again, the rivalries around here. You get a chance to talk to some of the players sometime. How do they feel about playing the schools here in Hampton, playing each other?
You know, generally the kids are real excited, and I honestly watch the kids and how they interact with their opponents because you have Phoebus or Hampton High School, Kickintan, and Bethel, and these kids generally have a real strong respect for each other. But there's a strong rivalry also, and I'm just proud as heck with the way all our teams have conducted themselves this year. You know, kids, you know, playing hard, and there's a lot of emotion involved, but you don't see a lot of the trash talk and all that kind of stuff that goes on. And I'm real proud of the kids and the coaches for the things they do.
That's one of the biggest things I saw. You know, Brent and Andy and I went over and visited the schools. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. They're so polite and respectful.
They're good kids.
Just a very well representative of the Hampton City school system.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and goal again from the foot line. And again, this time he does score as the Bruins will pick up another 6 points on the play, and that'll bring it to a 23-21 deficit. And you think they might go for 2 again? Yeah.
When you've got McGlone English out there, why not? The young man is very accurate. He can also run. The Bruin line has been dominating, I hate to use that word, in this quarter, the trenches. I would go
so
for
far
2.
it's 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points on both of them. Let's see if they can get in there and tie it.
You don't have a lot to lose. You miss this, you're still 2 points down. You're still within a field goal of winning, so you got to take the chance.
So far, Bethel's defense is doing a pretty good job stopping Hampton here in the 3rd quarter. They've pretty much kept the ball. Back to pass into the end zone. It's looked like it was broken up. It was intended for, I believe, number 12 on the play, and that was Terry Clark. And it is incomplete. So the Crabbers maintain that 2-point lead, 23-21.
A soft touch pass by McGlone, trying to get it up in the air so his receiver could get it. Pass falls incomplete, but again, they haven't lost a lot here. They're still within a field goal. 1 point down, 2 points down. Doesn't make a difference at this point.
Jason Menango on the coverage for the Crabbers. Good job. What do you think about the field for next year?
Well, you know, it's a little bit hard to say because we do have some monies allocated, but as we've said to staff, it's going to be a real difficult budget year next year. So we'll have to look at how that unfolds and see how it goes. We'd like to do it because we think the kids, especially in this area where football is such a big part of what we do. Here's a video replay of that touchdown. And we'd love to do it, and we very well may, but we're going to have to look at what's best for the system and make some determinations as we get closer towards the middle of the year.
Well, the grounds crew here at Darling Stadium did a great job getting this field ready this year, believe me.
I was looking at some previous telecasts that we had on LSC, and you could see the great big dark spot of just basically dirt all through the middle of the field. You compare that to what it looks like today, that is 100% turnaround. It looks marvelous.
Deion Funch on the carry after he bobbled the kickoff. He gets the ball outside the 25 to about the 27, where the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10.
And I know my opinion doesn't count a whole lot as we watch the replay here, but I'm old school and I really like dirt and grass. I know that the AstroTurf or whatever they call it today is really nice and easy to keep up with, but I sure like looking at the real grass and dirt.
Well, so many colleges are now going to the artificial turf, so as these kids are moving on to the next level, they're playing on it for the first time. But, York County has it, Williamsburg, James City County has artificial turf. Eventually Todd Stadium will have, and, it's the progress. And I think our kids deserve to play on the best fields, and especially when it rains and you have a heavy downpour. It's great to play.
Well,
what a nice pass.
Nice play. Nice pass out of the backfield is completed to the Crabbers, number 15, Corey West, over the middle, all the way down to about the 48-yard line. That was a big play right there.
It was. And as we watch the replay here, you made a good point of the rain. And you get an artificial field out there, and, of course, your incidence for injury goes down tremendously, too. So it's a big point. And
we've been pretty lucky this year, too. We haven't had a lot of bad weather when it came to playing the games, knock on wood.
The rain's supposed to hold off for tonight, and the field needs a little bit, so it'll be great to have it.
Well, I thought maybe that when we got the AstroTurf, we would get a dome.
Yeah, right. Ball's handed off to the Crabbers, number 8, as he is tackled. It's Darius Thomas. A dome.
A dome. All right, well, that's the first time I've heard that one, Paul. No,
with a retractable roof.
Coach Smith and Coach D, both of when we were talking about this, the coaches got together and they were all very much in favor because of the injury situation. You get a rainy night, that water goes right down. It's just like playing on a regular field. We've been fortunate, as was said, but
that new stuff is.
It's great.
It's not like the old turf that used to come out. It plays on a soft surface, and it doesn't. Right. You don't play on concrete like they did originally. Exactly. 2nd down and 10 as looks like the game was about a foot long, and that was about it. Wofford keeps the ball, and he's brought down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the carry. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Crabbers.
Not knowing much about this artificial turf, I think I read somewhere, though, that it's the underpadding or whatever that's the key to the whole setup. Is that correct?
It's correct. And the turf that we were looking at, it was actually a better grade that's been put in some of the other schools because we did a lot of study on this, and it when you see it, it'll actually, if we're fortunate enough to install it, it'll be like you'll see sand popping up. Well, those are the little pellets of rubber that are in the turf, so that kids don't allow for their spikes to hold and then injure a knee. So it's really a neat concept.
Well, in your career, did you ever get to play on that turf?
I didn't even have a career in football. You kidding? My career's right here.
There's a pass that's complete to Deion Funch down to the 39-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. That's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Well, when I was in high school, we didn't have face masks,
Ow.
Join the crowd.
Only kidding.
I was, believe it or not, a fullback in a single wing. And I had one small little bar that came across there because I had to pass.
That's pretty much what everybody had back when we were in.
Well, we see what happened. Look at this nose and stuff.
Scotty said when you played football, you didn't use a football, you used a dead pig.
There you go. Whatever we needed to play, Scotty.
Goodness gracious. That's the end of the third quarter play, folks. Oh, man.
That was rough.
This is a tough boot.
I'll tell you what. 23-21. Let's send it down where Bob's got an interview here.
All right, thanks, guys. I've got Joe Russo with me. Now, Joe saw his first game. Rosso, I'm sorry. He saw his first game in 1936. How many games have you missed in the last 47 years?
46 years, only 2.
You missed 2 games in 46 years?
Right,
All right, now, when you first started coming to the ball games, how much did it cost?
25 cents.
25 cents?
25 cents.
Did you have 25 cents?
And I didn't have 25 cents.
How did you get in?
Over the fence. I jumped the fence sometimes, and sometimes we stood up in the tree that was over here by the high school. And sometimes we used to sneak over here with dog bottom. We used to sneak under the fence.
So you got to see all these games,
yes,
and sometimes you didn't have the money, but you still wanted to see them play.
Do what?
You always wanted to see the Crabbers play.
All right, yes, I was here in 1936 when the Buddy Furs and Charlie Wood and Corky Davis and Nelson Catlett, all those fellows.
And they won a state championship.
They're all gone now.
Yeah, they are. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking time talking to me. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go back up to the booth.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. And that brought back a wash of memories, Bob, because I went to Willis Sims Eaton over here, which used to be right beside Thorpe, and I remember the dog bottom days, and I myself used to sneak in by coming over the brick wall that was here underneath the stands, and you could crawl over the wall, get under the stands, and get up in there to watch the games, and every chance we could, that's how we got in. And a flood of memories just came into me when you were talking about that.
For that. That's good. That's good. Dr. Russo didn't hear that. That's good.
Said in case there's a budget shortfall in Hampton City Schools, they'll be collecting from us too.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be collecting from everyone.
Yeah, the Crabbers got up there on the line of scrimmage and was attempting to pull them offside, and obviously they didn't, so they called timeout. But they're still coming out there as it is a 4th down and 1. They need to get the ball inside the 39-yard line, near the 38 for the first down. As we go the first play of the 4th quarter, Hampton out in front by 2, 23-21. There is the handoff and the carry, and I don't think he got it. I believe the Bethel Bruins held on the play as number 4 was the first one to get him, and that's Travis Parker. He only got back to the line of scrimmage, so the Bethel Bruins will take over 1st and 10. Just shy of their own 40.
And as we watch this, this could be a momentum changer right here. A big momentum changer, just like the Hampton City Schools have had this great momentum as we've become a system that is passing everything left and right. Our schools are approved.
97% of our schools are accredited.
That's high.
Yep, that's great. Well, and you know what the sad thing about it is, Paul? The school that didn't make it missed it by literally 1 question for 3 kids. So we're close, but everybody's doing a great job academically. And these student athletes that you see out there really are the ones that should be very proud of what they are accomplishing, not only in the field but in the classroom. So we're real pleased with that.
Well, as a teacher, I see these guys all the time, and you know I'm really proud of them because they work hard. Not that the teachers don't. We work hard too. But it comes from the top down. And without the support that we get from everyone else, we couldn't do what we do in the classroom. So thank you.
Thank
so
you.
The Bethel Bruins take over 1st and 10 in the first play there. Ray Bradley, he takes the ball, gets up about 4 on the play as he's tackled at about the 44-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Bruins.
You guys continue to do a great job, and we appreciate everything you do for us, and keep up the good work, and it's a great ball game.
It is a great ball game, and thank you, sir, for all you do. Thank you for coming up and talking to us tonight.
Good seeing you
appreciate
guys.
having you here.
All righty, you take care.
You have a good weekend, sir.
Thanks.
Back to pass is completed over the middle, and it is for a first down as it's completed to the Bruins' Stephen Clark, number 21. Thank you, Dr. Russo.
Dr. Russo, superintendent of the Hampton City Schools. Very nice young man, except that he's a Mets fan, and we just won't hold that against him.
Nice play over the middle for the Bruins, and I tell you, the passing game has really opened this one up now for the Bruins as they drive to try to take the lead. There's a handoff to Bradley again as he is shy of the 40. He'll pick up about 3 on the play. They'll mark it at about the 42. And yes, we'll pick our players of the game here shortly. We're just starting the 4th quarter here.
Like
4 wideouts, 3 of them to the near side here.
Mentioned that McGlone English is passing well, and it's opened up the game, and that's one of the things we said at the start of the game. He's going to need to establish a passing game early and often, and he's doing it, and Bethel is making the comeback.
Well, the only scores here in the second half are all been by Bethel. Crabbers jumped offside on the play, as you could see the player right there.
I don't think he was offside, dude.
4 wideouts, 3 of them to the near side. Single setback beside McGlone English. Number 1 is Ray Bradley. Like a passing down. Spread out the defense, and this time he hands to Bradley up the middle. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Wrapped up on that play, Mike.
That'll bring up a third down and about 2 now. He needs to get to the 35 for the first down. Go 3rd down and 2. In the shotgun again is McGlone English. Watch the pass over the middle, being flushed out of the pocket. He gets away from a couple of players. There is a flag down. The ball is completed to Clark. He cuts it to the outside, and he's brought down all the way down at the Hampton 2-yard line. But there is a holding call against the Bruins all the way back at the 42, so it's coming back.
That's going to be a shame. Hampton blitzed on that. Bethel picked up the blitz. Watch this. Here's the blitz coming from the near side of your screen right there in the middle. It's picked up, but unfortunately, we've got a little bit of a holding call right there. And
not sure where it was, but the flag was thrown well before McGlone English even threw it.
Yeah. I would have guessed one of the two players we saw on the screen there, but I wasn't quite sure I saw holding.
Don't think the coaching staff over on Bethel agreed with that call, but that's from the spot of the foul, should be a 10-yard penalty. And that one hurts a lot, because not only is it a 10-yard penalty from the spot, but it was also about 6 or 7 yards from behind the line of scrimmage.
Not only that, it wiped out a nice play that took them down to the goal line almost.
Right now, they're still confused as to where the ball's supposed to be set.
Well, I thought it's supposed to be on the field.
Yeah. All right, there is. He has marked it at the Bethel 48, so that's a big loss right there. About a 14-yard loss on the play because of the penalty and the spot. 3rd down and about 17 now for the Bruins, and that one might hurt them a bit. They're going to have to get that one back here. They got 2 plays to get it. We're down to 9:54 to go here in the 4th quarter. Bruins trail by 2. Back to pass is McGlone English. Sets it up. Passes well short of the intended receiver. The intended receiver was the Bruins' number 12, Terry Clark, and he was open, but it was underthrown.
Yeah, it's almost like there was some miscommunication, and that play just didn't work at all.
So the Bruins will come in and set up for the punt, as it looks like number 88 is coming in there. That's Justin Sanders. He will punt it away for the Bruins. 24, Dion Funk is back now at about the 15. Punt is away. Nice punt. Gets a Bethel bounce. And it's going down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. And what a great punt that was. That's a 50-yard punt, guys, all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Whoa.
And he got about a 15 or 20-yard bounce on it, too.
And I still don't like the fact that they judge or measure a punt from the line of scrimmage, because the guy kicks it well behind the line of scrimmage. This is a lot longer than 50 yards here, folks.
He got a nice spiral, too. And watch, he gets a bounce.
Roll. This is great.
And the mistake was that Dion Futch did not go after the ball. So the Crabbers deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 from their own 2. We're on the play that time as he gets the ball near the 5. It looks like a pickup of about 3 on the play.
And a few minutes ago, I forgot to do this. The 4th quarter of this game is sponsored by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armistead Avenue. Nancy Staten, the director. By Zooms, with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. They're longtime sponsors of Hampton City Schools and student athletes. By Kelly's Tavern, family dining with some of the best burgers in town. Located on the peninsula at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton.
2nd down and 7 for the Crabbers at their own 5. There's a pitch out to number 8 on the play, and I tell you what, he was bottled up big time on the play. That was Darius Thomas again on the carry, and I'm not sure, did he fumble it?
While we're looking, there's our guest up there in the right-hand corner, Dr. Rousseau. Here's the replay.
See a perfect shot of it right here.
See anything right here. Still moving, still up.
He was just fighting his way. It doesn't look like he fumbled the ball, but he's going to be tackled for about a yard
Looks
loss.
like he's down right there.
Ball's tackled at the 4, so he'll lose a yard on the play. 3rd down and 7 for the Crabbers. 3 wide outs, 2 to the near, 1 in the slot, 1 on the far side. In the I formation. Back to pass. Rolls out to the right. Oh, nice pass. Almost intercepted. It was intended for the Crabbers' number 11, Andy Allison. Right off his hands. Good defensive play that time, I believe, was the Bruins' number 6. And that was Sia Gibson. What's this?
Penalty over here. Not sure what's
going against Bethel because he's marking it off. Wow. Personal foul. We'll have to take a look at that again and see if
it was back toward the end zone area, so we're not going to see that from where we have that.
We'll see if Wofford got hit late. Yeah, that's what it was, roughing the passer. Ball is brought all the way out to the Crabber 19-yard line, where Hampton will take it 1st and 10. They'll continue the drive.
And one more last quick sponsor here, ladies and gentlemen. Tidewater Team Sports, your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News.
Off to Darius Thomas over middle. Cuts to the outside, picks up about 11 yards on the play, just shy of the 30, and a 1st down. Nice play right there. Had him bottled up over there on the left side and cut to miss a tackler and picked up a bunch of yards. Watch the move he makes here.
Some nice runs here by Darius Thomas as he's taken over for Tron Martinez in the backfield for the Crabbers.
He was pushed forward about 4 yards after he got hit.
Yeah, well, he was pushed forward by the Bethel player that hit him.
7:48 on the running clock. It's still Hampton 23, Bethel 21.
And we're still game. LSC.
That's the game that we really thought we'd see tonight right now. Hampton controlled the first half so far. Bethel has controlled in the second half. And that is a run again, I believe, by Darius Thomas as he gets out to near the 35. Was it number 21? New ball carrier for the Crabbers, Chris Caver.
You see the handoff, and it's just an off-tackle play. Caver picking up a few yards. Crabbers showing their versatility here with Tron Martinez out of the game with the bruised shoulder. Danny Smith coming up the line.
All right, move it.
Danny Mitchell.
Danny Mitchell.
Yeah.
I did the same thing early.
Oh, you won, Dan.
There's a flag down real early as Caver once again gets the carry. He's going to pick up a couple yards, but it's coming back. It's a hold against the Crabbers. So each team right now is hurting themselves with some penalties here in the fourth quarter. See if we can see it.
There's the handoff.
The flag is already thrown right there, so I'm not sure.
Well, I'm up here and I'm watching on the screen.
Against the offense, it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Remains 2nd down.
Those guys get paid to see what they see, and they do a good job of it.
10-yard penalty. That brings up a 2nd down and 15 as the ball sits at the Crabber 25. And ball control right now is what Hampton needs to do in order to be able to come out in front of this one.
Our crowd there, young kids playing with their hats, ready to go. It's like, okay, I didn't like that call either, Mom. Let's go.
Offered back to pass. Down the left sideline and overthrown, and it's intercepted by the Bethel Bruins, number 24 on the play, and that's Rio Walker. So a deep pass, almost like a punt, but unfortunately it was still, it was still early in the drive. So Bethel takes over 1st and 10 from about their own 37-yard line after the interception.
That's not what Mike Smith wants to see right here.
He wanted to be able to have ball control, not turn it over to the Bruins. So
that's correct.
6:15 to go here in the 4th. Bethel will take over.
Hampton would have much more preferred to have gone down the field and at a minimum got a field goal to make it a touchdown that would have to beat them. But as it stands right now, it's back to a field goal.
And Bethel does have a kicker that can kick the ball distance.
We've seen that all night
Three
long.
wide outs bunched up right here on the left side, near side towards us. There's one on the far side. Lone English in the shotgun. Pitches the ball back to the runner. And, nice play as they bottle him up for no gain. The runner was number 25 on the play, Ronnie Sanders. Not much there, as he might have gained a yard at the most.
See the Hampton defense already sliding down the line, blocking the far side or near side here.
The Bruins set up a big blocking package on this side. It didn't really help a lot as they gained only a yard on the play. Second down and 9. Sanders back in the backfield. There's 3 wideouts now to the far side. Back to pass. McGlone English. It's short. Pass is complete. Breaks one tackle and is brought down over there. He's going to be short of the first down by about 2 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a third down and 2. Nice little pass play completed out there to the Bruins number 21, Stephen Clark. He's been open a lot tonight, right along with Teddy Baycoat. Third down and 2.
McGlone English getting a lot of time in the backfield there to look for his receivers, and when they get that extra time, they can run some nice patterns.
Right out of the Crabbers playbook right there.
Yes.
The Bruins draw the Crabbers offside. That'll give them 5 yards and a first down, and that'll continue the drive.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards.
Mike Smith can only shake his head, fellas. That's a play that he's famous for doing.
It is that.
Rare that you see it done out of the shotgun formation, though. First and 10, ball sits right at midfield. Snap was a fumble. The ball's loose on the ground. Looks like Bethel may have recovered the ball right at the line of scrimmage. Dontel Evans. That was close to being a turnover. Looks like they had a mishand. He actually dropped the ball when he looked at me. He may have taken his eye off the ball when the ball was snapped to him.
Looks like he didn't quite have it, and he was trying to push it out so John Tell could get it. Just didn't work.
Evans now in the backfield along with McGlone English. Snap back to throw, being forced out of the pocket on the run.
Oh, did he catch it?
Well, they're calling it a completed pass. Who is it, the 25 or 26?
Looked like number 25 to me.
Be Ronnie Sanders. It's number 26, Trey Lee. They had him in the backfield and a nice dive and catch. Oh, the ball hit the ground. Ball hit the ground.
Ooh.
Bruins got a break on that one, folks.
Nice camera shot there.
Ball sits at the 37-yard line. They have a first down here. And off into the backfield. Ray Bradley. Looks like he picks up about 5 as he's brought down at about the 32-yard line.
Bradley made a good move to get out of what I thought was going to be a tackle that was going to drop him for a loss. As you watch on the replay here, he gets the ball, and right here, I thought he was going to be down. He makes a nice move to get away from that and pick up some yardage.
Timeout is called by the Bruins. That's their first timeout here in the second half. Both teams now with 2. 3:32 to go here. We got to pick players of the games here, guys.
Sure do. And while we're watch this throw. Look at this. You can see the ball going toward the receiver. Now watch as he gets it right here. It's in his hands, and now you can see the ball goes down on the ground, and watch the ball scoots out. Now watch right here as he grabs the ball and brings it back into it. Looks like it could have been a catch and a fumble. Could have been a catch and a fumble.
I think it was an incomplete pass. So what do you think, player of the game? We got to come up with some here.
Well, let's see. I don't have well, I don't remember who was picked the last time we played this team. Yeah, don't have a problem with that at all. This one did the last time.
Yes. Second down and 5. Back to pass. Over the middle. Deep down middle. Overthrown to the intended receiver. The intended receiver is 21, Stephen Clark. Incomplete pass brings up third down and 5.
That pass more toward the middle right side here as he throws it toward the end zone and just way past the receiver. We're in the fourth quarter here at Darling Stadium. You're watching local sports channel LSC Live on October the 24th, 2008. A great game between the Bethel Bruins and the Hampton Crabbers. Hampton dominating in the first half. Lost their great running back, Tron Martinez, to an injury. And Bethel has pretty much taken control of the second half.
Third down and 5. Pass is complete. He's being forced out of bounds. No, he is still in bounds, but he gets the ball down inside the 25-yard line, and it is a first down for the Bruins. I believe there is a flag on the play, and there is. One might go against the Bruins. Let's see. Illegal receiver down the field. That's going to hurt him. And I believe, isn't that a loss of down also?
Find out in a minute.
There he is right
covered
there.
up and went downfield. That's an eligible downfield.
Oh, those are eligible.
Remains third down.
They're all
not a loss of down, but it's a 5-yard penalty, and it makes it third down and 10 now.
Mr. James Bailey on our screen there to the right. His lovely young wife, a teacher at Jones Magnet Middle School, where I am employed as a teacher as well. James Bailey, a pretty nice, decent guy. Jackie's a wonderful, wonderful young lady, though. Don't know why she would hook up with him, though.
He play right here, third down and 10. Back to pass, McClone English. Over the middle, wide open. It was thrown behind the receiver, incomplete. As it was intended for the Bruins. Number 21, Stephen Clark. Good job on the defensive side for the Crabbers on number 84. That was Matt Cass on the coverage. Fourth down and 10.
Ooh, if he hadn't slipped there, McClone English may have had a completion on that pass to the right side.
Well, this could be the ball game here. Possibly as it's fourth down and 10 now. This might be a good time to call a timeout here.
I tell you what, the way that young kicker's been kicking today and the wind blowing in that direction, I might take a shot at it.
All right, timeout is called by the Bethel Bruins. That'll leave them one with 2:58 to go. I tell you what, if he kicks it here, it's going to be a 55-yard kick because the ball will be put down somewhere around the 45. That's a boomer.
Where have we seen him kicking from tonight?
Well, he's been kicking it from the 40 through the end zone. So, but it's a little bit different though when you got 11 guys standing at the line coming at you too. So I mean, that would be a great kick in this, for high school. But I think that might be a shot right there. It's they're down to the fourth down play, 2:58 to go. They're trailing 23-21.
Well, we've got a minute or two here before we close things out, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank the great production crew that we've had with us tonight on the cameras: Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer. The graphics and animation from the truck, Mr. Andy Foley. Our slow motion. Our slow motion and instant replay with some great shots during halftime, Mike Nowinski. The camera control operator, Sarah Myers. Our production and audio assistant, Renee Camden. The audio and chief engineer, Don Scharouse. The man that puts it all together, the director and producer, Mr. Scotty Bowers.
And here we go.
You can
Officials call a timeout again. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, you can feel the stands up here. Not a lot of people, not nowhere near the amount of people here that there was with the Phoebus game, but they're making a lot of noise right now. Here we go, fourth down and 10. They need to get the ball to about the 27-yard line to get a first down. McClone English back to pass. Over the middle, it's incomplete as the ball was underthrown, and the Crabbers will hold and take over at their own 37-yard line. That was a big play right there with 2:52 to go. The Crabbers hold a slim 2-point lead. Here's a replay. The ball was a little underthrown.
He gets the room he needs to throw the ball.
And he would have had the first down by a yard.
Just couldn't get it in there.
So the Bruins only have one timeout left, guys. So let's see if the Crabbers will be able to. The ball should be on the 37-yard line, guys.
All right, let's move it.
He just took about 3 yards away from the Crabbers.
Where did
I'm not sure what they're doing here.
well, nobody down there? Oh, Mike Smith is pointing at something here.
The ball should have been set at the
yeah,
37-yard line.
You can see Mike Smith down there on the screen. He's pointing up here, guys. Up here is where the ball's supposed to be.
If they want confirmation, all they got to do is ask us. The ball was at the 37-yard line.
You can hear everybody up and down
but
the
look
booth.
what the scoreboard says.
All
The
saying
scoreboard says it too.
Yeah, the scoreboard still shows it. Now here's the ball right there, folks. There you see it.
Is that the 37?
36, 37-yard line.
Appreciate that.
Somebody needs to let them know down there that ball needs to go to the 37. Mike Smith is asking for an understanding of what's going on, and I don't blame him.
I'm not sure what the referee's over there talking to the Bethel coach about. I mean, why would they put the ball there?
I'm not sure.
But see where the first down marker is. That's where the ball's supposed to be at.
And now it looks like they're going to move it. Put it where it belongs. Let's find out. They're holding off for a minute.
I broke my strap.
All they need to do is ask it. Ask them.
All they got to do is look on the scoreboard. This is kind of funny now.
Ain't nothing like having live football, isn't it?
Live on LSC, local sports channel, Cox Cable Channel 48.
There we go. Well, the officials are going to get it right here. Thank goodness.
I just don't
All they
understand
had to do was go by the yardstick. I mean, the down marker never moved.
Yes, it did. Oh, the down marker.
The down marker.
But the chains did.
The chains moved for whatever reason, but the down marker guy's standing there with holding on to it, saying, "Hey, up here, guys."
The chains moved back 10 yards and put the down marker at the first down.
Either way, now we got it where it's supposed to be. The Crabbers will have the 1st and 10 from their own 37. 2:52 to go with a 2-point lead, 23-21. There's a handoff to number 8, and Darius Thomas, nice little run as he gets outside. Looks like there is an injured Bethel player over there, slow getting up. Thomas on the carry will pick up about 6 on the play all the way to the 43.
Folks, if you've liked this game and you're watching the replay here and you want to see it again, speaking of replay, it's going to be replayed on LSC Channel 48 on Sunday, October the 26th at 7 p.m., Tuesday, October the 28th at 9 a.m. and p.m., and Thursday, October the 30th at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
2:12 on a running clock. As the Crabbers call timeout, I'm not real sure why, but I guess they were trying to get them to jump off again, and you know, they do that a lot, but they don't mix it up a little bit, and that's one of the things I think they need to do because everybody's expecting it.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Crabbers call timeout.
Scotty from the truck just gave me some information. It's a good idea. LSC has been showing sports live here on Friday night, and you can watch it And you can watch it as we replay it on Channel 48 Cox, but you can also watch it on the internet. What we'd like to know is what you think about LSC. What do you think about the sports on there 24 hours, 7 days a week? How do you like watching the broadcast live, being able to see Peninsula District football between the Hampton schools? Go to the City of Hampton or Hampton City Schools website and then click on WHCS and then click on Contact Us. Contact Scotty Bowers. Contact Renee Camden. Let them know what you think of LSC. Do you like what we're doing? Are you watching it? What can we do better to bring you more sports?
Oh, nice play right there as the quarterback on the play. Watford just takes the snap and runs forward and picks up about 3-4 yards on the play. Looks like he's a yard shy. Yard shy of a first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 as the Crabbers will continue to hold on to the ball now as the clock runs down to 1:40. Each team with 1 timeout remaining.
Oh, and guys, one more thing. When you write in those comments or send those emails to Scotty and Renee, let them know that, yes, I am better looking than Mike.
No doubt. Here's the handoff to Thomas. He's hit in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard, and the Bethel Bruins will hold. Let's see if they can call a timeout to stop the clock here. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3. They're going to let the clock continue to run, I guess. It's down to 1:09 as the clock continues to run.
Here's a replay. Good defensive effort by the Bethel Bruins as they just clog every lane up and contain the outside. That was a nice defensive play by the Bruins.
The Crabbers ought to let the clock run all the way out and take a 5-yard penalty here. Just let it go down and then punt it.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt anyway.
Then they're going to have to go a long ways, and there is the flag. So 5 yards back, then that'll force the Crabbers really to punt now. And the Bruins will only have about 40 seconds left when they get the ball back after the punt. Of course, they may have a shot at running it back, too. We have the players of the games ready, guys. See if the Bruins might try to go in there to block the punt.
Why not? What do you got to lose? You got to go for it at this point.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They got 11 out there. The snap, the kick is straight up in the air.
Oh.
Down to about the Bruin 40-yard line. So Bethel will have the ball 1st and 10. They're 60 yards away with 41 seconds to go.
5 seconds used that time for the punt. That gives McGlone English 41 seconds to try and move down the field.
Bethel has no timeouts left. Hampton has 1. So Bethel's got to go 60 yards with no timeouts here.
Here's that punt. It bounces out right at about the 39.5.
Marked it right dead on the 40.
Right on the 40.
McGlone English in the backfield in the shotgun. 3 wideouts to the near side. Back to pass. Over the middle, blocked. Like number 85 on the play for the Crabbers got a hand on the ball. Shea Bumpus, incomplete pass. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. We will be showing the players of the games that we've selected here shortly. 36 seconds now to go. Back to pass again is McGlone English. Pass to the near side over here, and it's picked off by the crowd. Oh, no. He dropped it. It was intended for Baycoat, and what a play by the Crabbers number 81, Curtis Ingram, as he made a move, and unfortunately it went right through his hands.
Look at this. He traps it right on the ground. You can see it underneath his knees there.
It went right through his. He never had control of the ball.
Not at all.
That would have ended it right there. 3rd down and 10 now is with the incomplete pass.
Watch the snaps out here. McGlone English is getting low snaps, and I think that's affecting his sight and how quick he's getting rid of the ball.
29 seconds left.
Much better snap there.
Back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, he runs out of bounds at about the 45. He'll pick up about 5 yards, but that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 now for the Bruins. Down to 20 seconds on the clock as it stopped now after McGlone English ran out of bounds. Good defense as right now the Crabbers are kind of playing like in center field right now. They have two safeties back at about the 35-yard line. So here we go, 4th down and 5.
This could be the ball game right here, folks.
3 wide outs to the near side. Back to pass, over the middle. It's completed inside the Crabber territory at about the 46. And the clock will stop while they move the chains, but we're down to 12 seconds left. Clock will start again once the chains have started, are set, and they are set. Clock starts. Takes a snap, downs it, and we're down to 9 seconds left. So we got enough time for 1, maybe 2 plays. We're going English now. We'll go over and talk to the coaching staff. They have no timeouts left, and the thriller that we were looking for, we have. It turned out it was all Hampton in the first half, and the 2 scores by Bethel in the second half is all we've had scoring-wise. The incomplete pass on the 2-point conversion after their second score is the key to the game so far.
Set the game clock to 12 seconds. Set the game clock to 12 seconds.
12 seconds, that's where it was before the snap of the ball. So they get an extra play out of that, it looks like. Why don't you change the clock for us up there? There we go. Good job back there, Andy.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Nelson does here. I think I'd take one shot at it toward the right side.
There's a snap. McGlone English back to pass. Uh-oh. Great defensive play, and let's see, it's incomplete as he's out of bounds. That would have been close to a first down, but he's out of bounds, and I believe it was intended for, was it number 21 that he was throwing it to?
I believe it was. Hard to see the number. He was
I believe the intended pass for 21, Stephen Clark, who has been the intended receiver all night. And here we go. 4 seconds left, folks. This is probably the last play unless there's a penalty defensively here. 3rd down and 10. The ball sits at the Crabber 46-yard line. One last shot at it. They need to go downtown for this one, guys.
Look for him to go to Baycoat or Evans.
Oh, and down he goes as he's sacked in the backfield by number 66. Hit him first, and that was Terrell Wilson. Also was 85, Shea Bumpus, who is a player we talked about a lot tonight. So the final score, the Hampton Crabbers pull this one out with a 23-21 victory over the Bethel Bruins as the Crabbers improve to 8-1 on the season, and the Bruins will drop to 7-2. And what a great first half for the Crabbers and a great second half for the Bruins. And the defense for the Crabbers came through at the end.
If you don't think that's a big win for the Hampton Crabbers, you're looking on the screen at these guys that are just jumping for joy.
There's our players of the game for the Bethel Bruin. Arius McGlone English, great job quarterbacking the team today. And David Watford, the quarterback for the Hampton Crabbers. Both quarterbacks actually had an outstanding game tonight. Final score, the Hampton Crabbers 23 and the Bethel Bruins 21.
You've been watching LSC Live from up in the booth. Paul Rowe and Mike Hauser. Good night, everybody. Tonight's broadcast has been sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. By Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part by Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home, both inside and out. And by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3127 or email him at eric at findhrhomes.com. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armistead Avenue, Nancy Staton, Director.